All right, guys, when it comes to love or finding love across borders, you know that I am an advocate. I am an advocate of an individual finding hope and love, whether it be male or females, falling in love with someone from another country. You know, I'm 100% on board with that. But there are some individuals that sometimes just don't know how to find love in other countries. So, one of the most common questions that Andre and I get is, Andre, okay, I'm done with my pay for play women, but where are the good women? Where are the good women at? So, that's what we're going to talk about today. Where are all the good women in South America? How do you find where the good women are? I'm not just going to be talking about what we're talking about on Tailor Made in regards to it may be a situation where you see a good woman, but you don't know your Spanish as much, so you feel kind of leery about it, or you don't know if she has a man or not. I'm not talking about that. But what I am going to be talking about is how do you spot some of these good women where you go to? Because a lot of these women are interested in you, even if you don't know Spanish well. Yeah. So if your Spanish is garbage like mine, you see how I did it. I got married, so and my Spanish is still garbage. So at the end of the day, don't let not understanding or knowing Espanol throw you guys off. But before we get started with the topic at hand, once again, where are all the good women in South America? We're going to talk about that. But first thing we're going to do is, you know me, I'm going to get the shout outs. First person that I see here is Homie. What's up? The homies in the building always represent. I hear your girl coming into the room right about now. She just walking through the door. And make sure we already know it's Friday night. Drink in hand. Yeah, I got my drink. You see, anytime I got to reach down for the drink, you know it's a big, big bottle. Shout out to one of my boys that brought me. This thing is huge. Look how big it is, and I'm a big dude. This thing is huge, huge. I'm talking. Let me see if I can find a pair of my shoe. This is like a size. This is like Shaq's shoe. Okay, just in case you want to know how big this thing is, it's about as big as Shaq's shoe. It's like shotgun big, like rifle big. This is huge. So I might not put any big dent in it, but
Hey, baby.
hey boo, but how was your day?
I was good.
It was
Very
good.
tired.
You tired now?
Uh, my hips and everything driving.
Okay, Miss Hips. All right, love you.
You open the bottle?
We're talking about it right now. So there we go. There's the bottle is Russian vodka.
They don't sell this in the States anymore.
Oh, they don't. Oh yeah, they don't sell it in the States
And in
anymore
Canada either.
or in Canada. That's what Andrea just said.
From Russia.
All right, so I'm about to crack this in a minute. I got. Oh man, where's my? Hey babe, could you bring me the juice that I have in there? Thank you very much. I have my juice. So yeah, so make sure you got your drink in here. I'm gonna put this down because this is kind of heavy too. But I'm gonna continue on giving you guys the shout outs because we got my boy Charles in the building. Starts to think this stream ain't happening. That's not no, that's not mine. That's yours. Mine was just regular juice, babe. I think it's in the freezer or in the refrigerator. Yeah, you're gonna need that mop. You know, I think she opened up a soda and it wasn't a good thing.
Give me a few more.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, this is what happened, Charles. Man, I end up on shout out to Russ on his channel with Tailor Made Dreams. We end up talking about the topic in regards to how prostitution, how pros and mangoes have built cities, have brought enough income into a lot of cities. We got live stream Queen Felicia. Thank you very much, babe. We got the live stream Queen Felicia in the building, and thank you, babe.
I know.
I
How many
appreciate you.
people is over there?
Oh, you can say
No,
hi.
no, 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 no. I looks terrible.
Okay, you don't look terrible to me. You look good.
I know because you already love me. Come on.
Okay, all right. Hey everyone, that's me. There we go. Hey Andre. All right, we on CP time. Yeah, I had to push it back a couple of hours because I'm looking like, okay, is Russ gonna do his live? And then he was like, Drake, come on, and I was like, okay, so I really got to push the live stream off because I'm on his live stream. But it was great because I got a chance to see all you guys over there as well. Open a juke joint in DR Would you come? Yeah, we'll come to DR. Join the now. We're gonna have a good time. I like little spots. I love good music, old school music, modern music. It doesn't have to necessarily be Latin music. It'd be any type of music. So I like spots like that. We got Don in the building. Don Omar in the building representing. What's up, brother? I'm glad that you made it, man. I used to dream about getting a beard like that, but I gave it up. I gave up the dream. Larry Perry in the building. Mr. Snuggles in the building. Drop the link. Okay, which link do you need me to drop? Let me know what link it is. We're here. Oh yeah, we're here. Definitely. Zoom to Thailand. Yeah, let's talk about it. We're going to be talking about those things. And actually, I might do a just drop a link and invite you guys in after a few minutes. I'm going to drop the link, invite you guys in to hear commentary in regards to when it comes to Miss Right or Miss Right Woman or the right person. How you find the good women. Where the good women, whether it be in Thailand, whether it be back in the States, where do you find the good ones? You know, this is what I've been waiting for. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my drink real quick. As you see, I'm reaching down again. Let me open up this big container. Yeah, this thing is heavy. Even the top has weight on it. So yeah, that smells good. I'm not going to hurt myself too much tonight because Andrea wants to get some drinking in with your boy too. So I'm just going to keep it smooth, operator. Smooth operator. So here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, guys. If you see me lean over to refill my glass more than one time, let me know. Say, Andre, that's enough. That's enough. Enough of that. So that's how you know if I'm doing too much. Okay, I've already leaned down to fill my glass one time. If I fill it up again, that's cool. But if you see me lean over a third time, you just go ahead and remind me, okay, Andre, don't slow down. Slow down your drinking. We got Merv in the building representing Louisiana in the building. Shout out, brother. All right. Thank you for the. Let me make sure I pronounce your name correct. Amand. Hope I pronounced it correctly, brother. Thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you most of all for being here in regards to this topic that we're talking about. Once again, tonight's topic is where are all the good women in South America? Because this is how it all started. Shout out to my girl Jay. Shout out to Armand. That's okay. If you want to know who gave me the drink, that's the culprit right there. That's the culprit right there. That that gave me the bottle of alcohol straight out of the States. I appreciate that, brother. I got number love for him. That's a good man. That is a good man right there. Armand's good people. That's my sidekick right there. That's my dude. Okay, Jay in the building. Guys, you gotta let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what bottles you're popping tonight. But Andre, if your Spanish is garbage, how are you going to pass Colombian citizenship test? That's what I'm preparing myself for. That's exactly why I'm getting my Spanish together, because I know I'm going to have to take that exam for my citizenship. My reading is good. That's the one thing that I'm happy about. I'm reading in Spanish. I even have my English, Spanish, Espanol Bible that I read every day. So it's half English, half Spanish. So I get a chance to practice my pronunciation. It was a gift from one of the guys that in Bogota, one of my brothers in Bogota. Shout out to him for blessing me with that Spanish English Bible. So I get a chance to practice. All right. Nestle's Pure Life in bottled water. We all got to have that water. Stay hydrated. All right. Do you think about it, foreign affairs international matchmaker? Do you think about a foreign? Oh, it must be talking about somebody else. If that's to me, Marvin, let me know. Okay. From Ellie, do you think about for? Okay, yeah. Let me know if that's for somebody else. But if that's to me, what's up, K K Mac is in the building representing. What's up, brethren? Also, Chapel Pod TV. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. We all love his channel. Great interviews. And then we got Zoom. Richie Mack in the building, the one, the only, the editor extraordinaire, my brother, who I got much love for. We got Richie Mack in the building. All right. Alex also heading to I can't even pronounce that. Or Jordan, let's see that. Chudad Jordan for a month. Oh, Jordan. Okay. Jordan for a month in June. Been to Medellin first time in Cali. Maybe I could pull off Andre in here. Cali is good for finding significant others. Yes, it is. It's a good place for finding significant others. You're absolutely correct. My two favorite cities for if you're looking for love in Colombia, I won't even lie. I'm not hating on other cities, but Cali and Barranquilla, hands down. Hands down. Why? Not that many tourists. Barranquilla only get tourists during the festival, and Cali, well, y'all don't never come here, so we like it like that. What's up, MB40 in the building? Yeah. See how much garbage my Espanol is. Okay. Okay, I see that 3 times. What's up, Will King? In the building. Good man right there. Wilson's in the building. I'm going to come back in a second and do some more shout outs. There's the man right there. There's the man right there. Another DR man. I feel like I feel a lot like a lot of good women are busy working. This is true. The bad ones are more available and accessible. Absolutely correct. That's a great statement. That's a great statement. We're going to come back to these statements, guys, but let me get started. When it comes to when you guys ask us, where are all the good women? I got to give a disclaimer. First part of the disclaimer is everybody's not the same. What some people are looking for, somebody else may not be looking for. I am not talking about guys that's coming for the party girls. That we already know that they exist. You got a bunch of YouTubers that can show you the party scene of every city. I got you. I'm with you on that. That was me, and so I know what it's like. B, the pay for play guys. That I got you, brother. We just finished coming off of Taylor May's channel talking about that, so I'm on board with you. I'm not talking to you. The guys who I'm talking to are the ones that are like me. You went through the pay for play stage, you had your fun, and you decided that, you know what? I really like the environment that I'm in. How do I find somebody serious? Same thing with you ladies. You come to some of the islands or you go to somewhere in Europe and you had your fun. Now you like, you know what? I like this area of Europe, or I like this island, and I think I might want to live here. How do I find a good dude now that I'm not here on just playing around? How do I find somebody good? So those are the people who I'm talking to. Individuals that are looking for somebody that, you know what? I'm not out here playing. I'm serious. I want somebody serious in my life. I don't have time for games anymore. How do I find the good woman? First thing that you have to do, there's some things that you need to do to attract the good women. I'm going to repeat. There are some things that you need to do to attract good women. Because one thing about good women here in Cali, Colombia, they can smell BS from a mile away. I swear, that's one thing I noticed, boy. Good women down here, they know when you are for real or when you just out to just lie and just having fun. I'm telling you, it's true. The one thing that I recommend to any dude that come across good women when we get to this point, just be honest. It will amaze you how many good women are down for whatever your game plan is, as long as you're honest. As long as they can trust you, you're in the door, you're in the bed, you're in the kitchen. She cooking for you, because at the end of the day, all they're looking for is to see if you're going to be honest or you're going to play games. So the first thing when it comes to good women, like I said, I'm going to send the link in to, so some of you guys that have actually had good experiences with women in South America, whether it be Colombia, whether it be Argentina, whether it be Brazil, you can come on and tell your story of some of the good experiences that you had with some of the women here in these locations. Okay, first thing is, when you treat, so you got to stop treating someone that is short term as if they are long term. You cannot, and I'm going to repeat this, and we often hear this, you cannot make a pro into a housewife. Stop it. If you're going to meet some good women, you got to be able to let go of the pros, in the sense of expecting that you're going to find a good woman among the pros. You're not. You're not. I repeat that. The statistical chance for you to meet a good woman among pros is an anomaly. Well, she stopped for me. She stopped when you around. Soon as you get back on that plane, she's selling that. You better believe it. It's a habit in her. Like Russell Taylor May just said, he said he asked these women, if you had a man that would take care of you, would you stop selling? And most of the women Russ said that he spoke to, these women said, no, I won't. I enjoy the easy money, and I like to have sex I like to have a lot of sex. And these women are accustomed to having sex 3, 4, 5 times a day with different personalities, different cultures, different sizes, different appetites. Every man's appetite is not the same, and her appetite might be different on the different days. So if you're trying to turn a pro into a housewife, all you are doing is setting yourself up for failure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the same rules for you ladies. If you're going to find a good man in these other countries, the dude that was beating your back in that you were paying for is not the dude that you settled down with. You cannot treat short-term individuals as long-term individuals. The women that, or the men that you're going to be meeting, these are long-term people. These are good people. The definition of the word good, one of the original definitions, is necessary. Somebody that's necessary to your life. A pro is fun. Like I call luxury girls, like a luxury car. A pro is a luxury guy for you ladies. But at the end of the day, it's just you don't have to have them. They're not necessary. When you want somebody good, you want somebody that's a necessity to your life. And short-term women are not a necessity to your life. Guys, I know she pretty. I know she curled your toes. I know she broke your back in like you broke her back in. I know she made you cry twice. Don't lie to me. I know them 2 times when she was going down on you, you started crying, your eyes started watering, and you blank one time and it just went straight down. I know that one time you started calling for your mama. I understand. I got you. She made you feel like no other woman in the States has ever made you feel. However, she is a short-term gratification fun girl. You met her as that. You have to respect her as that. That's who she is. She is not for long term. I repeat, the only way you're going to find or come across good women, at least by my experience and the experience of other men that have met good women, you got to stop pretending in your mind that you can make a pro into a housewife. It is imposible. I do not know that Spanish. Imposible. Let's go back to Wilson. I guess it all depends on what it is we're looking for. Absolutely correct. Some for monogamy in a relationship, others simply for a great experience without ties. That's why I gave the disclaimer, because you're absolutely correct. I say it depends, but good topic. I'm curious. Thanks very much. Thank you very much, Wilson, for being here and wording it like that, because that's exactly what I meant with the disclaimer. I'm not saying this to everyone because all of us don't have the same expectations and desires. You're absolutely correct. But for those that ask, this is for the guys and ladies that's asking us, where are the good women? Can Andrea introduce me to somebody like her? Or, hey, Dre, how'd you come across an Andrea? What type of women should I be dealing with? And some of you guys are sincere. Some of you dudes are like, let's be real. I was going to go to the stream, into the comments, but give me a second. Let's be real. Some of you dudes are like me and like Russ. Like Russ said, he don't need to go to the major clubs anymore. He can go to the hole in wall and have a good time with some drinks and some good music, meet some good people. I'm like that in life right now. I don't need a dude. I got Wilt Chamberlain numbers. I've smashed almost outside of somebody from the only sex I ain't had was in the igloo. How much more do I need to prove to myself? I'm a lot of guys are just like me. We're at that stage of enough is enough. We see beautiful women, we appreciate beautiful women, but we don't need to have them all the time. And some of you guys ask me, Dre, or you ask your boys who are happily in a relationship, don't have to be married, but just happily in a relationship with somebody in South America. You ask them, dude, how'd you meet this good chick? Because I've been going down to Colombia for 6 years and I ain't met one like that. One of the first things you got to do is you gotta put everybody in their category that they belong in. The short-term women are just that, short-term women. If you can't embrace that, you will not meet a good woman. All those other good women that you're supposed to be meeting, or that I can introduce you to, or Andre can introduce you to, you won't want them because you're so addicted to the short-term women. You see where I'm going with that? All right, we got Los Angeles in the building, LA, California. All right. What's up, brother? Living in LA. Now, are we talking about LA, the LA, or are we talking about Louisiana? Would it sound like you got a good drink in hand, too? Let me take a sip of my drink. Oh, yeah. That's a strong vodka. That's straight Russia. Yeah, I might not be filling this glass up again. This is going to be a sipper right here. This is going to be a sipper. That's what I'll be doing with this one. Yeah, that's got strength. That's, in the words of Kanye, yes, that's chrome. That's chrome. That's a tall order. Reading bilingual King James. Yeah, I know, man. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm reading it, and when I read my, when it's like I said, it's Spanish on one side, English on the other side, and so I'm practicing. What I'm doing is practicing pronunciation. So I'm not trying to understand the text in Spanish as much as proper pronunciation, and then I can glance over to the left hand or the right hand side in the column that's in English and understand what it's actually saying. But I just use the Spanish part right now to just get used to my pronunciation of the words in Espanol. And I like what one guy told me. He said one of the mistakes that I'm making is that I just got to get comfortable with hearing my own voice. No, a female told me that. She said, you got to get comfortable with hearing your own voice in Spanish. She said, somebody could talk to you in Spanish. She said, that's why it's so easy for you to understand when somebody else is saying something in Spanish and you can't communicate it back because you aren't comfortable with hearing your own voice. And so you feel kind of awkward in how you're saying the words. Uh-oh. We got the crown in the building, the peach crown. I ain't had no crown in so long. And they sell crown here, but I just haven't had any so long. Wow, that's what's up. Good evening, brother. Man, I ain't seen you in a while, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, I'm with you. Talking about Jay. Let's see. Yes, I think. Let's see. Yes, I think. Oh, see, I'm dipping. I'm dipping in conversations. Chapapa says, I don't think that we brothers go through it purposely. That's true. Leave the hoes where they're supposed to be. And it's hard for a lot of dudes to do that. I understand, dude. We all been there in our life where we had that one or two that did some mystical mad. We don't know what she sprinkled between her legs. Ladies, you've been there. You knew that the dude wasn't the good dude in the long haul, but somehow, some way, you stayed with him. You come on, ladies. Let's be real. We grown folks. Some of you ladies have gone down and paid the bail to get us out because you call yourself in love. But everybody else is telling you, girl, what are you doing? Why are you going downtown again to get him out of jail? Let's be real. We've all been there where it was times when we shouldn't have been with somebody for the long haul, but we pretended as if it was, but at the end, it wasn't worth it. Some of you ladies have driven 3 hours to the federal prison to visit some dude for 3 hours just to drive back for 3 hours. You ain't had sex with him in 6 months, and you holding your private parts in your hand. Why? Because you are hoping that this short-term person will be worth the long term. So it is with some individuals when it comes to traveling in South America. I know she is fine. Oh, yeah, I know, bro. She got the big behind. She got those calves. She got those legs that look like Earl Campbell, Barry Sanders, like she been running track in the Olympics. I got you. She 5'8". I know. Afro out the hair. I got you. It's so curly. You know, if you have a baby by her, the baby gonna be so cute. I got you. Same thing with you ladies. I know he's 6'5". He the island cut up. He's got that island tan. He long stroking you like Dexter St. Jock. I got you. Deep voice. You ain't never heard a voice that deep, except Darth Vader. I got you, ladies. I understand. But these individuals are only good for short term, and it breaks our hearts to admit, I think you gotta let her go. Let her go. Looks like another love TKO. I'm telling you, gotta let it go. All right, here we go. Real brother in the building. The real issue is, why would you want to turn, into a housewife? But they do. They do. One of the reasons why guys never meet good women is because we throw so much energy into short-term women. That's the next one that I want to talk about is you will meet good women when I'm still on that first one. You will meet good women when you stop throwing your money, your time, and your energy into some of these short-term women. Now, mind you, like I said, if you into the short term, pay for play, pros, mangoes, I'm with you, brother. Ladies, do your thing. Do your thing. If you're just coming and let's say you ain't got no pros, you just got a regular girl and she is just got a regular job, and you come down and you smash her and her friends. Dude, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Do your thing. Ladies, I'm with you. If you meet a dude, you come down, you have your fun, do your thing. I'm with you. It's not even pay for play. It's just y'all just having fun. Party people, right? Nothing wrong with that. But when it becomes problematic is when you try to turn a party person, man, they so cool too. They're funny. They're fun. Oh, she can cook. She this, that, and that. Oh, wow. I ain't never had nobody that fine walk around my house butt naked like that. But some of you dudes, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. You ready? You ain't never had no fine one like that before. Can I tell the truth like I used to? I'm about to have a flashback real quick. Some of y'all ain't never had no pretty pussy before. Now, I know I said I'm going to use YouTube etiquette. Gail has taught me that. But some of you dudes, let's be real. Until you got on the plane and started traveling with your passport, some of you dudes ain't never walked up to a beautiful woman in your life. You had some all right chicks. You had a cute girl. But you ain't never had no chick with dudes like Dog, where you get that one? You ain't never made a pretty girl make an ugly face before. You don't know nothing about that. And you came to Colombia or Brazil or Argentina or Ecuador or Mexico or DR or Puerto Rico, Uruguay, Paraguay, and you see all these abundant of beautiful stallion of women, stable of beautiful women. You can't miss hitting the target. And it's your first time ever having a beautiful woman having an orgasm underneath you. You ain't never experienced that in your life. Some of you dudes ain't never experienced that. Never. Come on, let's be real. Statistics show only 30%. Statistics show that 30% of all men will remain virgins until they're 30 years old in the United States. That's 30% of men that ain't never had no ain't until 30. Ain't never seen a beautiful woman orgasm, ever. Ever. So I'm not making something up. I'm not putting you down either. But what I'm saying is be strategic, like Bruce Lee said, be water, my friends. Be water. You got to learn to be water. You got to realize this is a short-term chick. Yes, she fine. She keep your photos, keep your videos of her, all that. But when you come and ask me, Andre, where are the good girls? I'm not going to point you to her or anybody like her. Number 2, when it comes to finding all the good girls, you want to know where the good girls are? Where the local men look. I'm going to go to the comment sections in a second. If you ever notice, the local men will glance, but you never see the local men in the same club you in. You never hollering at those chicks that you holler at. How often do you see the local men hanging out and holler at the same chick, even in the brothel that you in? Maybe a few. When the last time you saw the local men negotiating under the clock tower along with you? Maybe a few. In other words, if local men don't mess, see, this how I learned in Colombia, for real. I realized that if local men don't mess with her, it's got to be something to her. Because they grew up with her. They went to high school with her. They went to junior high with her. They were there when she had her first baby and her third baby. They were right there. They grew up in the same neighborhood with her, the whole gambit. Local men know her. You don't. So if local men don't touch her, I ain't touching her. Not for the long haul. You gotta watch what some of the local dudes do and what they don't do. And if they look at your woman like, okay, bruh, if that's what you want, she's only good for short term. She's not going to be the good girl that the local dude is going to introduce you to, because the local dude is going to say, can I, and we talk about long term, we're talking about the good woman. Like I said, you don't have to marry this person, but if you just want somebody that, like I say, every time you come down, I got a partner. Shout out to my partner. He's in the stream. And I'm not going to tell his business, but I'm going to tell a story. My partner met a good woman, owns businesses, don't have no time to be playing around. They hit it off. Ain't no couple. They ain't booed up. She like and he like. They came to agreement. Since I'm so busy and you're so busy, when I come to town, we get busy. She like, cool. I ain't throwing this around. I ain't giving it away. But when you come to town, you got business to take care of. And he like, cool. Because he's always coming to town. So some of you dudes might meet a good woman that ain't looking for marriage ring or you my man. Some of the good women, many of the good women are busy. They just need somebody that's going to come down here, be honest, have fun, and get your happy tail back on the plane. A lot of good women just want to go out, have a good time, have some sex, have some drinks, and chill. But you don't give them a chance because you go with the opposite of what the good women are. You're so busy burning your hours trying to make a short-term chick into a long-term chick that dudes like my boy come to town and he meet the good chicks that will do exactly what your short-term chick is doing. But this chick got stuff. Your short-term chick ain't got nothing, and she got to go back out there on the stroll. That's what I'm saying. All good women don't want to marry you. They don't want to leave their country. They don't want a green card. They just want to say, hey, you're a good dude getting off the plane. I'm a good woman that lives here. Hey, whenever you come to town, come beat this down. Y'all can't even do that. You too busy running in and out of the brothels that you running right past the good woman that's like, I'd have gave it to you for free every time you came to town. And I look better than her. Realize some of them women that you meet at the strip clubs and that you meet at the clock tower, they got cousins. Believe you me, I've been to enough family reunions to know they got cousins that look just as good as they do. You talking about, I'm going to see some of the finest school. Name a regular profession in the state. I've seen some of the finest police officers. Fine. Finest EMT. Finest nurses. Finest school teachers. Finest librarians. I'm talking about everyday regular jobs. When the last time you saw a fine school teacher in the States? Rarely. But when you come to South America, it's nothing to see a fine kindergarten teacher, first grade teacher, fifth grade school teacher. It's nothing. A fine nurse, a fine nursing assistant, a fine practitioner. But y'all walk right past them. Right past them. So my point is, when you see the regular, everyday guys checking for that person, that's the one you want. Because the ones that you going for, you notice the average everyday Colombian dude will notice her, but they don't want her. They don't want her at all. You do not, you don't see it. Okay, let me go to the comment section. With my blind self, let me put some glasses on, trying to pretend like Clark Kent. Okay, there we go. I know dudes that get pros pregnant. Where does that mentality come from? So now you want to go around the world, tearing up the world by spreading your seeds. In the United States, 18 to 20% of all children born in the Black community, that 80% that is of a one parent household, 80% of those kids that are born to only 20% of men. Yeah, ladies, y'all having sex with the same dudes, all y'all. Y'all picking this. While y'all complaining where all the good men at, that other 80% that y'all ain't having sex with, that's where all the good men at. The one you put in the friend zone, that's where all the good men at in the United States, ladies. That's where all the good men at. Just in case you wondering, ladies, where all the good men at? 80% that you ain't give him a chance because he was too short. He didn't have a six-pack. He didn't have a six-figure. He didn't have the right car at the right time, whatever it was. 20% of the dudes in the United States are getting y'all pregnant. Facts. Facts. But here's the kicker. A lot of those same dudes with that same mentality that got y'all pregnant got passports now. And they spreading their seed into other countries. Because they got game. They got you pregnant. So they got game with women because they got 3 other women pregnant in the States. So when it comes to going to another country and getting a woman pregnant, it's already in their mindset. And a lot of dudes that are irresponsible in the States, my point is, your irresponsible tails are also using passports instead of using a condom. Like I said, always pack the 3 C's when you come to another country: cologne, your clothes, your condoms. Always. I always say this, ladies, no man should ever have more condoms than you. There is no way in hell you should be shamed into not having more condoms than any man on the planet. You should have crates of condoms. You should be at the front bringing me. They should be backing up the forklift of condoms if you're a woman with a passport. Okay, drop them off in the garage. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That's what you should have. There is no way in the world you taking your tail to Jamaica and a dude going up in you and you don't know what type of disease he got and you ain't got no condom to say, hey, player, you got good sex, but I'm gonna need you to take this gold package and take care of that. I don't care if you got to roll it on them yourself, ladies. There is no reason in the world, even if you're not a traveler, there is no way in the world when you know that some dude of 20% can get you pregnant and impact your life and you become another baby mama, another statistic. There is no way in the world you should have more condoms than any man on the planet. You should have like 3 drawers in your house full of condoms. Somebody breaking your house, they should not be able to steal nothing but condoms. You should let men make you feel bad. You're a whore, whatever. I'm a safe whore. I'm a whore without unnecessary children. There is nowhere in the world. You should, tomorrow morning, you should be going to get some condoms. Sunday after church, you should be going to get some condoms. You know what you do after church. You know what? Don't act all brand new because I know what you church girls do. At the church, you should be getting some condoms. There is no way in the world women should not have more condoms, especially when traveling, than men. Never. I never understood that. I don't get it. And I will be telling my daughter when I was a stepdad, my daughter, she came to me. Dad, I need to talk to you. What's up? I'm having sex now, so I need the condom collection. I got you. She was 19 years old. Her mom was like everybody else, she's gonna be a virgin till she's 30. Nah. That's why she came to me. She said, I need to talk to you real quick. I got my boy. She's still with the dude. This is her first boyfriend, and they've been together forever. They're still together. They're 30 years old. Both of them are 30. They met when they were 16, still together. But she came to me first. So now I will have a biological child with Andrea, my first child, whether it be boy or girl. I'm not going to sit up and pretend like my daughter shouldn't have more. Long before she started having sex, she going to have a condom conversation. Let's go to Ernest. Hey, Ernest. That was a good story. Hey, I caught that in the live stream with Taylor Made Dreams. Ernest told the story in the live stream about we were at the beach. His wife, me and Andrea. So me and Ernest are in the water and Andrea in the water. We're on the beach side. We're in the water. We're way off. Andrea ain't got his glasses on. Andrea just blind as I am, so she ain't got no contacts or glasses on. I don't know if Ernest blind, but he's probably playing blind. All of a sudden, we turn around, right? And we see this fine sister get in the water. We like, dang, who is that? Even Andrea like, oh, she pretty. Look at her shape. Blah, 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 blah. So all 3 of us are staring at this person, right? As the person gets closer, we start to realize, I'm doing my squint. Oh, snap, that's Ernest's wife. Ernest go, oh, snap, that is my wife. And Andrea like, oh, that is. we all thought it was a total stranger that we look like, oh, wow. Who's the beautiful one coming into the water? Ernest's wife. So when they say my wife a model, so is Ernest's wife and DR. I'm talking about a great couple. Great couple. You can't find love in any country when you are looking for the right women because you finally step away from the temporary women. Okay, in a few moments, I'm going to put the link out so you guys can join the live stream if you have anything you want to add to this conversation. Jay is absolutely correct when she says short term doesn't turn into long term. It doesn't, whether you're male or female. It just does not happen. We try it in this. One of the things about having our passports is, let's be real, we're adults. Let's be real. I'm going to say something for real. One of the reasons we got our passports and do our traveling is for the tourism part and the waterfalls and the excursions and all the adventures and meeting new people and cultures. Yes. But if you're anything like me, you got your passport so you can wipe your slate clean and say, you know what? Whenever I'm in the States, I kind of have some stupid stuff happen in my life. I want a clean slate in a new location, if only for a week. If only for a week, if only for a weekend, I could travel somewhere. Nobody knows me. I don't know them. I barely know the culture. I just want to start anew. You, but sometimes we come down to these other countries and we have the opportunity to do brand new stuff, and we do the same stupid stuff we were doing in the States. We was dealing with dumb chicks in the States. You come to Colombia and you deal with dumb chicks in Colombia. You was dealing with knucklehead dudes in the States that kept on giving you problems, but they was giving you good sex. The same thing you do in Colombia and in Jamaica and DR. You find some dude in DR that could dance bachata real good, and he's got them hazel eyes and deep dish dimples, and all of a sudden you can't stop sexing him, even though you want something serious because you decided to move to DR. But you do the same thing you did, ladies, when you was doing in the States, going for the person that was not good for you in the long term. And you wonder why you went back to the States mad, pregnant. Oh, ain't nobody talking about that? Do you know the statistics of women from Europe, from the United States and from Europe that are getting pregnant by these dudes in the islands? Man, please. It ain't just brothers that's coming down to these other countries getting women pregnant. It's a lot of you ladies taking your butt back to the States and your baby half American, half Brazilian. Don't act all brand new. Stella Got a Groove Back, like I always say. Stella Got a Groove Back was about a woman who went to Jamaica, got her back broke in, and her friend convinced her to go ahead and bring the dude to the States. Let's not act brand new, ladies. You do the exact same stupid stuff that men do. Whatever dumbness you brought from the States, you use your passport to bring that same stupidity to another country instead of taking advantage of the fact you got a clean slate. Don't nobody know you. Don't nobody know that you was throwing your coochie around in the States. Don't nobody know that you can get firehead. None of that. You brand new. You in Cartagena. Don't nobody know nothing about you. And what do? The same stupid stuff you was doing in the States. You go to the other side of Cartagena and get some broke dude that can break your back in. He's a short-term dude, and now you mad because he don't know how to act like the long-term dude. You got the audacity to be pissed off at the short-term dude when you know he was only good for good sex, just like the dude in the States. So, ladies, don't sit up here and think that you can sit up here and come to this channel and criticize the men when I know what you're doing too. In all the countries that you go to, Portugal. Yeah. Yeah. What's wrong with this? Oh, see, I'm being nosy. Felicia, you drinking Powerade tonight? Felicia, the live stream queen. I love you. I love Felicia. She always support everybody. Just got some support for everybody. All right, brother says, I'm the opposite. I can speak it, talking about Espanol, but depending on the accent, it can be hard. That's true. That's Andrea. Like when we're in DR, Andrea probably understood 50% of what Dominicans were saying. She was looking at them like, I don't know what she's saying. Andrea basically wanted to pull out her Google Translate. And it was hard depending on the person. Yeah, she wanted to pull out a Google Translate. She was so frustrated. Jamel said, you have to get away from the tourist traps. True. That's so true. And no matter what country you go to. And that's what Russell Taylor-Made was saying. That's why he and I like the off the beaten path, hole in the wall type of clubs or spots, because you just get to meet organic, just regular everyday people that live there and date ordinary women And there's some good ordinary. I kid you not, man. You talking about you? If you guys think them pros and them temporary fun girls treating you good with the cooking and cleaning, that ain't nothing. You ain't been treated good until you've been treated good by a good woman in South America. The one that says, baby, if you can keep your cell phone locked, I can keep my cell phone locked. And every time you come down, it opens up. And you know that you come down to that particular location 5 times a year. So all you got to do is go back to the States, focus on your grind, and you come back to her and beat the brakes off of her. And she like, I got a friend. And so she bringing her friend. You good. Or you got one that's so good, she like, I'm not sharing. You good. Like I said, I am not talking to you dudes that's still wilding. Have your fun, bruh. Ladies, if you still going to the locations and you throwing your coochie out like a frisbee, have your fun, ladies. All I say is bring a condom or condoms. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You like to have sex with multiple guys because that's your first time, go ahead. You like DP because that's your first time DPing, go ahead, ladies. I ain't mad at you. Do your thing. I'm talking to people that reach out to me and say, Andre, where are the good women? You aren't going to see them. You ain't going to the grocery stores. And I'm going to bust your head with something. Some of you dudes think that it's your Spanish that's holding you back. I'm going to tell you something. You want to get a female legs wet in this country? Speak English. You want to see some heads turn and the person want to practice their English with you? Speak English. Go ahead. I know dudes down here that know Spanish and English. When they spoke Spanish, they was a regular dude. When they spoke English, panties dropped. Good girl panties drop. But you too busy chasing the wrong ones. I'm telling you, the local dudes, just watch the local dudes. If you watch, just look at who the local dudes be with. Do the local dudes be with attractive women? Yup. Do they be with women that spoil them? Yup. Do they be with pay for play? When you see them young boys in the mall with them fine young girls, do they be pay for play? Nope. When you see them older dudes with them fine young chicks on their side, does that be pay for play? Because everybody gonna pay in a way or another in the relationship, so that's a given. So we already know that part. Nope. That be their girlfriend. I see some older dudes down here, gotta be 60, 65, and their girlfriend be like 30, 35 years old and be so in love. Just like me. By the time Andre hit like 35, 36, I'll be what? 61, 62? I'll be that dude that y'all gonna be looking at like, oh, that must be a pro. No, that's what you would do. That's what you would do. That's what my point is. There are some good women in DR. You dudes have overlooked some amazing women in DR. I saw them. I saw some. I was like, if I was single and I was living in DR, man, I'll lap you clowns. And you clowns have been there at the DR 100 times over. I will lapse y'all so fast. Y'all be looking at me every week. Dre, where you get her from? Well, Dre, where you get that one from, Dre? She own what? That's her house right there? Man, I will lapse you clowns. You guys are funny. And single? Please. We're children of habit. And if you're in the habit of looking for short-term women, that's all you're going to find. And so stop trying to make short-term women into long-term women. 2, look for what the local men or the type of women that the local men are attracted to. Because they will lead you. Because local men live with these women that you're attracted to. They know your girl who you sleeping with and that you sending all that money to ain't They know she ain't. You trying to pretend like she missed it. They know. Man, my boy Leroy and Kevin and them used to smash her when we was in high school. They know she ain't all of a sudden become a pro when she didn't have no money. She was a pro in high school. And the local dudes don't mess with her. So notice what type of women the local dudes are going for. That's number 2. Okay, let's finish off with this statement. But I think that you need to date multiple women, true, so you can see what you like. This is true. And what you don't like. It is a process. That's the perfect. Correct. He's absolutely correct. One of the things that we are in the United States, everything is instant. Microwave, popcorn, relationships, sex. Buy a car. Hey, you got bad credit. Hey, you got a car anyway. You want a house. Hey, you got bad credit. Doesn't matter. Everything to us is instant. And then you come to countries where everything is not instant and you got to actually lurk and work for it. I'll say that again. You come to countries that you got to lurk and work for it. Why? Why is it harder in South America to find a good woman than it is in North America? I didn't say attractive woman. You notice notice how I word that? I didn't say attractive woman. I said good woman.
You good?
I am good, boo. You want to set up your drink? Okay. I won't be too much longer drinking partner. My drinking partner tonight. Here you go. It's heavy. I don't put too much in there. I won't make it too strong.
There we go. That's it.
Okay. Get an ice cube.
No, I got here.
Okay, I'm all right, miss. You got here. All right, let's show. All right, let's show. Okay, this is my second freshen up, guys. So if you see me go down there third time, just tell me, say, hey, Dre, okay, enough. You're supposed to be drinking later with Andrea. So this is like my final one. And I'm going to get down to the super chat. I saw a $9 super chat that somebody donated. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that. I'm going to come down to it in a second. But he's absolutely correct. We've got to be, when it comes to the long term, you got to be a little bit more patient. Some of you dudes been to DR 10, 15 times over the last 3 years. Nothing wrong with that. The only wrong part is you ain't met no good women. Every woman that you met was short term because you're short term. You're in the habit of short term. That's all you know. Like I said, we're children of habit. All of us. Every person on the planet is a child of routine and habit. Your routine, you didn't even realize that you've been doing the same thing 15 times over the last 3 years when you went to DR. Some of you dudes came to Cali. I'm about to bust your head open. Came to Cali and you left in 2 days. Why? Because it does not coincide with your routine. You actually had to meet good women and not short-term women in Cali. And you went to bed in Kia and you met some good women. I got to get up out of here. I'm going to Cartagena. I don't need to be around these long-term women. I want short-term women because that's your habit. But you got the audacity to send me emails or ask my wife questions about where the good women at. When you know you ain't built for this. You ain't built for good women. Oh, was I supposed to not say that? I'm gonna lose some subscribers? Really? Yeah, I know I've been in this long enough not to care about subscribers like that, right? I love subscribers, but I ain't really tripping like that. Some of y'all ain't built for good women. You ain't. You asking for something you know you ain't built for. Woo. Just like I said a few minutes ago, some of you dudes ain't built for pretty women. Some of you dudes cannot handle a pretty woman. There is no way. If I was in the States and I was your boy, there I would hook you up with the most unattractive woman that I could find. I know you ladies. I know what you ladies. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Got news for you, ladies. I'm a man. We don't talk like that. Only you ladies do. We love you because y'all give everybody a chance. She's beautiful in her own way. Got you. We understand that. She's cute. Great, ladies. That's why we love y'all, because y'all think like that, because y'all give everybody a loving chance in the world. We men, we narrow-minded. We shallow when it comes to looks. Men are shallow. I don't care if it's your husband right now and he's sitting right next to you. He's like, baby, we ain't you shallow too. Because when you're around us and I show you a fat tail, you're going to look at that tail just like I do. You be like, yeah, that is a fat ass. Just like I do. We all men are shallow, no matter what culture. I don't care if he Bishop Jakes. I don't care if he the Pope. All of us looking at that. All of us. Creflo Dollar to what's my man, my boy in Houston, Joe Osteen. We all seeing them. Men are visually shallow. Even the Bible says the eyes of a man is never full. The eyes of a man is never full. We ain't never seen enough fat behinds. We ain't never gonna see enough. That's enough small waists and pretty faces. Ain't gonna be even the Bible says that the eyes of a man is never full. We always seeing like, dang. Even if we happy for the next man, I'm the type of dude, I'm happy for the next man. I'll see a fat behind with a dude with a female with a fat behind. I'd be like, go ahead, player. I ain't mad at you, dog. I see what you're working with, player. Do your thing, bruh. I'm happy for the next man. And there's other dudes just like that. Now, back to what I was about to say was, some of you dudes ain't built for this. Stop asking questions you know you ain't ready for. You built for them short-term chicks. Be happy where you are. Your passport makes you happy, and you are built for pay for play. You built for that. I ain't mad at you. You built for chicks for when you come to town, quick hit, get the heck out of town. You built for that. You ain't built for this. Stop pretending. Just be happy for us that are built for it. I'm happy for you, but you ain't built for this. Relationship, I ain't talking about marriage. I'm just talking about you just being around good women, just some decent women that ain't pros. I'm talking about like if I meet you and Andre and I want to go out to dinner and hang out with you in Cali, I ain't got to worry about you being sitting next to some short-term chick that ain't got no type of sense in her head. And she an embarrassment to you while you sitting with dinner with us. That's all I'm talking about. You get chicks that's an embarrassment to you. That's what you built for that. You built for that. Some of you dudes, like I said, you ain't built to see a pretty girl have orgasms. Because soon as you see a pretty girl have an orgasm, you want to boo her up. You want to send her money. You want to be Western Union Poppy. You ain't built for that. Stick to ugly girls. I said it. Dude, when you come to Colombia, try your best. I know it's hard, but try your best in Brazil, Colombia, in DR. You need to go look for the ugly girls. Yes, go, the uglier, the better. Go for what you go for in the States, because you messing with an attractive woman is not a good combination. You don't know how to do it right, and you keep tripping and sliding like it's snow, and it ain't that hard. Beautiful women are just like regular women, like any other woman. And you don't know how to treat them like that. So you need to go ahead and stick to some ugly girls, dude, or work your way up. Like go to DR and get you a regular chick, a cute chick, or whatever it is. And then maybe in a couple years, you can get you a nice dime, but you paying for play for an attractive woman. And then all of a sudden you try to make her into a wife. You a clown. You out your right. Man, please. You wouldn't do my boy. No. Au contraire. No, me, my friend. No, brother. You will not be my boy sitting up there with a beautiful, attractive chick and you don't know how to act. You ashamed. Some of you dudes are so much of a shame now, you don't even do the whole facts no more. That's how I know you dudes do not how to handle beautiful women. Remember a couple years back, some of us old veterans of Medellin and in Colombia from DR in Thailand from back in the day, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Remember, every time you saw a pro and she was a dime, the sex was good and her personality was nice and she was good people and she showed you around. What was the first thing that dudes do? Put her in the WhatsApp group. Hey, here's her whole facts, man. She does this. You won't have to worry about her drugging you. She ain't got no bodies. She da-da-da-da. She fine. She'll treat you good. And dudes will be like, dude, what is her number? What is her Instagram? And you will give it out with no problem. Remember them days? You know why? Because dudes wouldn't turn out because that was his first time making a pretty girl have an orgasm. So it wasn't none to him to share the whole facts. Now y'all new generation, y'all ain't never seen no chick have no pretty like a dime have an orgasm or give you an orgasm. You ain't never had no dime give you head before, lick your booty before. You ain't never had that before. Oh, the pretty woman lick my booty. Really? Really? You sitting back, this is the first time you ever sat down with a dime like that. And she just rolled you, looking down at you and watching you cry. Yeah, she watching you cry because you crying because you ain't never had a dime like that, right? So now y'all don't share the whole facts because you don't want nobody to have her. I don't want nobody to touch this one. This my one. This my main man. What? She a pro. How the hell she your main man? Okay. That's why all of a sudden dudes, if you notice, hey guys, you veterans, that veterans of Medellin, it's not coincidental that dudes start getting scopolamine or drugged more or end up not making it back on that plane more when we stop giving the whole facts out. It's not a coincidence when dudes stop sharing the truth about certain women, and so we don't make mistakes. You protect me, I protect you. You get back on the plane, I'm able to get back on the plane because you told me the good news or the bad news. All of a sudden, y'all don't share no news, and now all of a sudden, everybody coming up floating in body bags being shipped back to the States because y'all ain't sharing whole facts. Because you done got your toes curled. Well, that's the first time you done saw a pretty chick ever cook for you. Here's what you need to do. Do me a favor. This is what I want for Christmas from you dudes. Take your tails back to ugly chicks. I don't care if you come to Colombia, just get with ugly chicks. Get with the same level of chicks that you was dealing with in the States because you ain't ready for these dimes. You ain't ready for no 8s. You ain't even ready for no 7s. You ain't dang sure ain't ready for no 11s. Oh, you got 11 money? Yeah, you got the money to pay for an 11. You got the Airbnb, the villa that looks like you could get you 3 11s. I ain't denying that. You got the paper, but you ain't got the mindset because you ain't never had no beautiful woman before. I had a beautiful woman. That dude, every dude that had that one happenstance one time. Every dude got that one time when you feel like you were just walking down the street and a dime just fell in your lap. Every dude got that one story. I remember one time I'm walking out the club. Dude, I kid you not. I'm walking out the club, dude. In the corner of the door, sitting by herself in the dark. Man, this bad red bone said something to me walking out the door, 2:15. I ain't thinking about, I'm about to go home. I grab the doorknob to walk out the club. You know, you walking out, I kind of glance, I see somebody in the dark, and I hear this golden voice say, blah, 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 something flirtatious. I walked over there, man, this 5'9" dime. Basically, she was like, come on, let's go. Broke her back in for like a year and a half. Wasn't even her man, right? She ain't had no man. She was single. So we all had that story of you just happenstance up on one. We ain't talk about that. We talking about you brothers that can't handle your liquor. See, caught that? Her liquor. She licked you. Liquor. You can't handle your liquor. She licked your nut. You didn't get that, did you? You can't handle your liquor. That's the problem. That's the problem. You dudes will. I'm not even talking to you anymore tonight. You can go ahead and go to the other channels that tell you that, hey, this how much it's gonna cost. This the hotel fee. Go to them channels. You go ahead and go to them other channels that tell you, hey, pay for play. Go back to them channels because you ain't built for this. You need to take your little happy tail back to ugly women and work your way up. And I'm talking about with your passport. If you was dealing with ugly chicks in the States, you need to continue to deal with them ugly ass chicks while you here in South America and work your way up. Because you done messed up a lot of stuff. You done messed up the prices. You done got bodies done. You done got all type of stuff. You sit up there sending money to chicks that us regular dudes would never send no money to that chick. Like, are you even regular dudes in Colombia ain't even sexing her? They looking at her like, no. Anytime Colombian men looking at the female that you think is a dime, like, nah. But to you, she a dime. You need to go back to ugly chicks. I'm stop beating that dead horse. Stop beating that dead horse. But yeah, you do. Let me scroll down to the bottom and I'll work my way up, guys. My dad used to tell me, don't let don't let the beauty of a woman allure you. Absolutely correct. We love beauty. Like he said, his dad acknowledged the term beauty. We know, ladies, you are beautiful. There is no flower, no plant, no nothing that you think about it. Adam in the story of Adam and Eve, Adam had everything in the world in his control. And there was nothing that was catching his attention or causing him to feel like, I'm good. After having the whole garden and the planet to himself, God said, oh, it ain't right for a man to be alone. Let me go and give him the hookup. It ain't right for a dude to be. So God knows that we love beauty. Like I said, the scriptures say, the Bible says, the eyes of a man are never full. I'm married. My eyes ain't never full. You think I'll be sitting around like, no, she's not beautiful. Me and Andrew was just riding today. We both look, because we're on our way to the gym. And on the way to the gym, there's another gym, right? We riding, and we both went like this. Andrea said the same thing. Wow, look at her body. Both of us, like, she killing it. We on our way to the gym, like, she making us look like we got work to do. So even though I'm married and I'm living in Colombia, I still see beauty and sexiness and attractiveness. I'm not taking advantage of it. It's for you guys. It's your turn. All of it's for you. I'm happy for you. But I still notice it. But at the end of the day, man, please, some of you dudes, y'all do not need to touch another attractive woman. Never, no, never. You need to take a year off of attractive woman before you end up choking to death or losing all your bank account or losing all your money or losing your life in the name because she's so sexy. You will not meet the good women. That's what my whole point of my rant was. You will not meet the good women until you decide that the short-term women are not equivalent to the long-term women. I'm going to go into this and go into the stream, to the chat, and then I'm going to put the link up for you to invite you guys in. And anybody that want to come in, give your point of view, whether you agree with me or whether you disagree with me. I'm cool with that. It's not about bantering and arguing. I love hearing other individuals' points because I don't know everything. So it's good to hear what other people have to say too. All right, Abdullah, what's up, brother? The only thing that fills the stomach of the son of Abraham is dirt. In other words, the grave. Uh, See, Abraham. I mean, Abdullah. I like you, but you're getting too deep for us. It's late at night and we're having drinks. See, you said something as if I don't smoke weed, but that's a smoking weed statement. That's one of the, you know what? That he right about that. That's a good statement. See, that's a smoking weed statement. That's not a drinking hand statement. It might be true, but what we're talking about tonight, you're deeper. That's a deep statement, brother. It's deep, even though it's true. I like that. Thank you, brother. All right. Everything was fine. Eve came along and said apple. The rest of it was yeah, true. True. I believe you, brethren. True. But at the end of the day, stop laughing, brother. I'm with you though, bro. But at the end of the day, see, y'all going too deep with the Eve story. You going like you going like 20 verses ahead of me in the Bible. I'm still on when Adam was just alone by himself in the garden part of the scripture. And God said, he got everything. What's wrong with him? He alone. So let me go ahead and give him somebody. Now, Eve wasn't perfection like Adam wasn't perfection. Okay, the problem is precisely that. Chapapa TV, they don't know how not to lead with their wild. This is true. Preach, brothers. I know you guys are talking, but and Chapapa was saying to give you guys some insight. He said, try not to lead with the money first. Women, no matter what woman you have, my woman, every woman loves provision and protection. We've been doing it, guys, when we were in the jungles of Africa or whether we were in the caves of Europe. It was our job to give provision and protection. I don't care if it was a woolly mammoth that we were giving provision of meat and protecting them from the woolly mammoth. I don't care if it was in the jungles of Africa and we were sitting back and killing anacondas or pythons or whatever it was to protect our families and making sure our families had the meat to eat. At the end of the day, all women, pro or normal, long term or short term, look for men to be providers of provision and providers of protection. Like me and Russ always say, we all pay. Guys that pay for play, you pay what I call a luxury tax. Me, I pay because I'm married. I pay a necessary, aka responsibility tax. We all are going to pay. If I glance over and I'm looking at Andrea's purse collection, and expensive as that is, we all we all gonna pay. So at the end of the day, we already know this. So, but do not, as Chapel Power was saying, do not lead or be led with your money. I got this, I own that, I got this, I own that. If any of you guys saw the last live stream that Andrea did, she said when she saw me at the beach and then she saw my convertible, she was like, I'm happy for you, but hey, your car is in the States. Can't do me any good. Your sand and your beaches in the States can't do me any good. So I'm happy for you, but and I like that. I like the fact that she wasn't moved by my American material things. It's nice, but that's the cool part about it. So don't lead with your money or be led by your money. So that's what these two gentlemen were talking about in this conversation. They were absolutely correct. And he said, don't lead with your wallet because they have been conditioned to do so. Yes. That's why I'm gonna tell you something, guys. That's why I love being in Cali. And that's why I have such love for Ben and Kia. The men and the women aren't as led by the dollar or you guys that start with dollars as much as Medellin, Bogota, and Cartagena. They aren't led. Bogota is the money capital, so that's a given. Medellin is the gate gateway where most of us are introduced to Colombia or even South America. And then you got Cartagena, which is Little Miami. And so many tourists have been, have led with their money that they're accustomed to it. But then you got the other two major cities, Cali and Barranquilla, and they don't know nothing about that. And you don't have to leave with your dollars. You could just be a regular dude and just meet you at Andrea. There are so many Andreas here in Cali. I kid you not. There are so many hot chicks in the gym at night. Why did I say at night? Because a woman that has a man will not have her have a man and she in the gym at night at 8 o'clock. So a lot of these fine chicks that I see in the gym at 8 o'clock at night, no ring. I'm talking about from 25 to maybe 38 years old, some 40. Dude, one of the finest ones that go to our gym, man, she gotta be like 41, 42. Body is crazy. No man comes in with her. She comes in any hours that she wants to. See, you can tell when a woman is single when it comes to the gym, even in the States. Because if she got a man, she ain't got her tail in the gym at 8 o'clock at night. Because your man ain't gonna let you, ladies, your man ain't gonna let you go to the gym at 8 o'clock at night. What you got your happy? Where you going at 8 o'clock at night? We could tolerate 8 o'clock in the morning before we tolerate 8 o'clock at night. So when I see these women down here looking sexy, fine, beautiful, the other thing about Colombian women, if you can afford to go to the gym and you ain't catching the bus because the bus is late, so you got to have either a bike or a car. And the parking lots are full. The gym parking lots are full. So it ain't, and the grocery store is closed by our gym. So A, there are no clubs open. B, the grocery store is closed. So all these motorcycles, cars belong to some of these dudes that are in the gym and a lot of these women in Colombia that are in the gym at 8 o'clock at night. So these chicks got cars. In other words, they got jobs. In other words, they got credit to get the car. They got the fine bodies, everything that you looking for. And you dudes will walk right past them chicks. Because you are spending too much time trying to keep hold of the short-term chick. There are a lot of Andreas, and I have not one time. I'm gonna let y'all know something. And you know how much, if any of you guys go back to the original Love Crossing Borders videos, Andrea doesn't look anything like she did before because we start hitting the gym. I don't fit, man. I look and feel better now than I did at 25. Man, Andrea put on so much weight. We were like, what the? I'm looking at old videos of Andrea. I'm like, just from last year, I'm like, ooh, babe, did you see this video? Was that me? Yeah, that was you, girl. You had a little bit of weight, girl. Because we look at that, because we were Oreo. See, we had an Oreo addiction during the pandemic. So at the end of the day, we snacking on everything. Let me get 2 of them pizzas. One for her, one for me. And we ain't realized how much weight we had put on during the pandemic. So we've been in the gym kind of hitting it like crazy. But I have, my point is, I have never one time had to say to Andrea, let's go to the gym. Baby, you put on some weight. I need for you to go to the gym. Not one time, ever. She be on me. What you doing? Let's go. I'm sleepy. I've been editing. Editing my ass. Let's go. We going to the gym this morning. You can sleep when we get back. Yeah. Seriously, guys. Seriously. I'm gonna go my way up. And then I'm gonna work my way up. And then I'm gonna send the link, guys. Greg, get in the building. Andre, they're so wise about that stuff in the States. Yeah, man. Some you this is our chance. I'm gonna talk to just I know I got my white brothers and sisters here tonight too, because y'all always up in here. I'm gonna just talk to my black and brown people. This is our chance to write it our way. No police interruptions. No politicians to stop us. We ain't got to worry about no boss stopping us. When you take your passport and your plane ticket and you get on that plane, the police officers are in the States. The politicians, the Joe Bidens and the Mitch McConnells are in the States. The racist white boys in Kentucky and Tennessee and Alabama, them boys back in the States. You get to write it your way. The way that you've been fighting and marching and all this stuff and dealing with and protesting and all the stuff that you have tried to get people to realize, I am a man, I am a woman, no matter what color I am. Your passport allows you to have a clean slate and be who you are with your American dollars and your American passport. And the first time in your life somebody is treating you like you're an American and you never got treated like that in your country. And what do? You take it and you mess it up in the other country that you go into. You mess it up in Medellin. You mess it up in DR. You mess it up in Thailand. You mess it up in Singapore. You mess it up in the Philippines. You mess it up in Portugal. When you have the opportunity to finally live the black person's, brown person's dream, it's people that's dreaming to live our lives. US dollars without US prices and without US police and without US politicians on our tail, without US prejudiceness, you got the chance to do it. And what are you doing it? What are you doing? You proing it up. And you got the audacity to go back to the States after coming to DR for 10 years or 5 years or 7 years and lie to the dudes in the barbershop and say every woman in DR is a pro. They all want your money. No, that's the women you F with. Them the women you F with because you ain't never had a pretty woman before. You ain't never had no pretty pussy before. That's on you. Stop trying to go back to the barbershop in the States and say every woman in Colombia like that. And then them dudes come down here believing that BS that you just told them, and them dudes get scopomined and robbed from listening to what you just had to say. You a liar. And if you was right in front of me, I still tell you. See, guys, this is the funny part. Guys that know me know that I talk like this in real life. It's not like, well, he just said it because he'll no. In real, anybody that's ever done consultation, anybody that's ever met me in a bar, any in life, I've been like this since I was like 12. Man, I talk in a fight. This ain't gonna be your first win, and ain't gonna be your first loss. You gonna take this whooping like a man, or I'm gonna take this like a man. But one of us gonna take a whooping today. You see how that works? Ain't no cut about it. I don't know. This is Andre. This is Andre. We have a chance to do something with this. Think about it. You got dudes like Russ Taylor Made Dreams. This dude sat back and not only had a child in another country, but put himself in a position before the child was born, was able to get an apartment for the child. Not the apartment for the child's mother, no, for the child. To put the child before the child was born in economic positions. That's where we all are, to do some amazing things. Everything that our parents all Martin Luther King needed to tell us was get a passport. That's all Malcolm X needs to tell us. Get a passport. That was it. Not like Marcus Garvey, go back to Africa because he only chose one continent. No. All them dudes had to do was preach one gospel. All he had to do was go on the steps of Washington and say, I have a dream today that black boys and white boys with black girls and white girls would have passports together on the Mount Rushmore of the airport. I have a dream today. I have a dream that every little black boy and black girl would be in DR, would be in Colombia, would be in Thailand. I have a dream today. That's all we needed. All that marching wouldn't have happened. We didn't need no damn marching. I wouldn't have cared if you changed no laws. Just don't my passport or the US dollar, and you ain't got to say to me. Nothing. Just give me a passport. And I never forgot this because the first time I ever heard that was Taylor Made Dream on Russ's first channel. And Russ said, and that changed. That was my aha moment. I'll tell you my aha moment. Russ said that all I want from the United States is a U.S. passport and a U.S. currency and leave me alone. Then a couple of days later, or a couple of weeks later, Passport Heavy came out with the Medellin video. Y'all remember that one? You guys that from back in the day, Passport Heavy about 5-6 years ago came out the video of Medellin, Colombia prices versus New York. And you get all this for Medellin for this amount, and this will cost $10,000 in New York. Popping bottles in Medellin compared to popping bottles. And those two were my aha moments, and they changed my life. If you ever want to know, my moment was that went bam. It was like 2017, 2018, when Taylor Made Dreams was like, all I want from the United States is 3 things: passport, U.S. currency, leave me the hell alone. And then Passport Heavy, Ace was, I don't think Ace was even at 150 subscribers at that time period. I met Ace at 200 subscribers. Marwa was still just getting his groove in Cartagena when he was interviewing college students. So Marwa was new. The young white boy from Oregon, he was the big thing that was in Colombia when everybody was following. Those of you that are the old school YouTube watchers, remember I forget the young white kid name. He was like 17 years old. He was traveling through Colombia, and every episode, everybody was watching like he was 90 Day Fiance before there was a 90 Day Fiance. Little young white boy, he had bought a guitar and he traveled through Colombia. I remember Ace interviewed him one time. But that's what my point is. My point is that we as Black people get a chance to do it our way, and y'all fucking it up. I wish I couldn't say it like that. Fellas, you fucking it up. There is no other. I wish it was a politically correct, a YouTube correct way I could put it, a way I could edit it out for sponsors. There is no other way for my people. Fellas, you are fucking it up. Everything that you wished for, every time a cop is driving behind you and you wish, I'm tired of this. Every time you got a boss, ladies, every time you got a boss that's younger than you, with less education than you and less experience than you, but they hired him because you knew he was white and he was connected to the owner's wife or owner's kids, you fucking it up. Because you just as bad as the brothers. Just because y'all quiet with y'all fuck ups, don't mean that y'all coming down here and you ain't fucking up either. The dudes in South America that I see y'all with, or the dudes on the islands I see y'all with, I bet you can't take that dude to church in the States. I bet you can't take him to the fundraisers that you go to. I bet you can't take that dude that you smash in DR to the bowling events that you take in the States. But you wonder how the audacity to treat that dude like he gold because he broke your back end. Ladies, just because you had your first anal orgasm does not mean that he's a good man. You had your first little anal orgasm and you think that he's just doing something special. Oh my God, I did not know I could come back there. Okay, now what? Now what, ladies? We are supposed to be celebrating the fact that we have a clean slate to live a real life in these countries as Americans. And what do? You throw it all away because he made you come in your butt. Really? Really? And you got the audacity to criticize the men? If that's your first anal orgasm, you need to go back home, play with your toy, enjoy yourself, and stop dealing with dudes. Because you treating them dudes that made you come out your butt the same way you did with them dudes with us when we was going to jail all the time. We kept our asses in jail. We stayed in trouble. You don't even smoke weed. So why you with a weed head? You ain't smoked weed a day in your life. But he got good sex. So now you with a weed head because he got good sex, but you still don't even smoke weed. Why you with dudes in the States that you know you go to church on Sundays, but he got 3 chicks that's pregnant right now, but you've been with him for 3 years. And so you bring your same stupidity to DR, your same female stupidity to Portugal, your same stupidity as ladies to Colombia. And you wonder why Colombian men ain't. No, the dudes you mess with ain't. The dudes that made you come in your booty ain't. They just like the dudes that you was going to get out of jail. The same dudes that couldn't pay the light bill, even though you was paying all the other bills in the States. Them same dudes that you mess with. So don't act all brand new, like dudes are coming to Colombia and you do the same thing. So you need to take your little happy back to the States and stop trying to come down here to Colombia or Jamaica or all the other locations and pretend like you're a good girl when you ain't. And I don't mean that you're not a good person, but I'm talking about you do not know how to make good choices when it comes to men. Just because you have a passport, boo, does not necessarily mean you know how to choose a good man. Passport doesn't give you superpowers. You ain't Professor X where you can read everybody's damn mind, and now all of a sudden you can manipulate minds. Ladies, if you are only attractive to bullshitty men in the States, guess what type of men you're going to get outside of the States? Bullshitty men. Okay, y'all heard my mouth enough. Okay, we're going to be another 20 minutes, so I'm going to put the link in so you guys can talk because I do want to spend some time with my wife. 20 more minutes. 20 more minutes. Sleepy Smurf. Sexy lady. He done so shot. Right fields. Real brother. Man, I love me some real brother. That's a good dude. I'm over here trying to write a resume. Andre, you're distracting me. This dude talk about, but real, bro. Come on, real, bro. You missed the DR. You know, them female sisters be coming down there. Black women, white women come down there. I've never had a threesome with a guy and a girl before. Okay, cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All of a sudden, ladies, you had the leg throbbing, shaking organ. I remember I had an ex, right? And she said she had been married for like 17 years. She said the only time my husband gave, she said I had 2 orgasms with my husband, and She said, and she wasn't putting him down. She said he was a good dude, blah, blah, blah. She said, but in the bedroom, she said in business and everything else, good man, great father, everything else, good friend. She said, but I only had 2 orgasms with my husband in 17 years. She said it was from oral sex. I was like, okay, cool. I said, I don't believe you, because the first time we had sex, she had 9 orgasms. And I'm like, you're lying. She said, no. She said, I say, babe, you average about 6 or 7 orgasms while we're together. I said, so how is it that when we're together, you have all these orgasms, but you only had 2 with your husband who you loved, your husband? She said, I don't know what it is. And she was so sincere. She said, I don't know what it is. She said, but maybe you and I have a physical compatibility that I didn't have with my husband, but we were compatible in other areas. I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I know what it's like, ladies, to your boyfriend at home, you faking orgasms. Maybe 1 out of 5 are real. Cool. Hey, I got you. I got you. But then you go to an island and it's exotic and it's beautiful and it's romantic and blah blah blah, right? And it's a total stranger, so it's taboo, right? I got you, ladies. And you don't know, you like, first of all, I have never done anal before. I would never let my boyfriend put it back there. And all of a sudden you let the Jamaican dude put it back there, and you all of a sudden lost your mind. And 3 orgasms later, you in tears and you holding him. Yeah, I've had those too, where women after orgasm, you will cry. And y'all, I don't why y'all do. That's another topic. But y'all cry, right? Not every time, but I know women that I've had women that actually just stopped in the middle of sex and just cried in the middle, like cry like babies, dude. It's crazy, right? Like, I've never. Well, okay. But so all of a sudden you have that crazy, right? In the sky's blue, right? And you had that one. I got you, ladies. I feel you. Only one problem. He's only a short-term person. He's not a long-term person. And you don't want to make the mistake that a lot of us men are making, assuming that short-term people can be turned into a long-term person. That's a movie. Taye Diggs and Angela Bassett and Whoopi Goldberg. A movie, ladies. Just like for you men, Julia Roberts. That's a movie, guys. It's Pretty Woman. You cannot turn a pro into a housewife. That was a movie, guys. Stop trying to turn a pro or a temporary woman into a long-term woman. She's not built for that. And then you guys get mad because she's still sleeping around and you sending her money. She ain't got to sell no more. Did you ever think that she just liked multiple sex? That's how she got into it? I got female friends like that in the States. They got into proing because in high school and junior high school, they liked multiple dudes. It was like, I want you. They were the girls that wanted the football team and the soccer team up in them. It wasn't nothing bad. See, I was the dude that never judged because I was just as bad, right? With the ladies. So I never see during my whoremonger phase, I never judged whores. Some of you dudes were like in high school, she's a whore. Not me. Whores was my friend. Why? Because I was one. They was hooking me up with their friend. You got any hoe friends? Yes, I do. Well, I'm a hoe too. So let's all hoe together. So I ain't never judged no woman that was hoeing because I was out there I was wilding. That's the funny part. Everybody like, how did Andre get you to sit the hell down? Even I'm still wondering. Sometimes I'll be laying there and Andre be sleeping. I'll be like, how the hell did I sit my ass down somewhere? How did this woman do this? What spell did she put on me to make me just sit on down? And maybe it was just maturity, my time to just sit down and just let you guys, enjoy what's going on out there. Okay, all right, there we go. I'm dipping. All right. Agree. However, this is Mac Anthony album. Fire. Okay, so I'm dipping because I don't even know who Mac Anthony is. So yeah, I'm dipping in conversations. So I'm about to put this link, the invitation. If you guys join, you don't have to, but if you do, I'll invite you in, let you air your opinion if you agree or disagree. But the topic for tonight is how do you find, or how do you find, where are the good women in South America? And they're around you, but you're oblivious. So you have to get over that oblivion, that obliviousness, not oblivion, but obliviousness to what's around you. Because Andrea, I kid you not, and this how, like I said, how this came up was Andrea came to me again. Gail, Southern Belle. Oh my God, I feel so blessed. Do I need to put
Hey,
good?
no, I'm good. How you doing?
I am doing good.
That's what's up. I
See,
was, I was
now
headed to bed. It's midnight over here. After midnight.
I know, and I feel ashamed
Why?
because I got it's over. It's after midnight over here too. I feel ashamed because I was trying to sneak in my profanity, my youth, and all of a sudden here you come, my instructor, my guide of YouTube etiquette, and all of a sudden I see you pop up. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah,
the
like grandma
Southern
coming.
Belle has caught me.
Like here come grandma. Hide you have the liquor.
Mhm. I feel right now like when I used to listen to my mother's Richard Pryor albums.
Ooh.
I was I would sneak to listen to her Richard Pryor albums when she was gone, and all of a sudden the key would open up, and I would try to make sure I put it back into the album, to the case
The
or
way
the
it
cover
was.
before she walked through the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel right now. I do, seriously. That's the funny part.
You good, Dre?
All right. What is your opinion in regards to this particular topic, whether it be male or females, not making mistakes when it comes to love? I mean, everybody's looking for love, but we keep on gravitating to the wrong type of people and trying to make wrong people into right people, and it
Hmm.
just doesn't work.
Well, I'm late coming to the stream. I like literally clicked on it, but I can only speak for women. I think women should. Here in the states, we a lot of us come from single parent households. We don't have we don't have a father for guidance. But I think no, matter of fact, I know a lot of us, and I'm gonna speak for Black women. We do these little we hooking up. We're doing the dating app situation and tell
Hmm.
nobody about the guy. We just on the low dating somebody, and you get in your feelings, and then when you you haven't let your father or your brother or uncles vet these guys or meet these guys, and you never know who you're dealing with. Then you get all in your feelings, and now you wasted all this time on this guy, and found out later down the line he was not good for you. But you knew it anyway because why you did it in secret.
That's true.
If you were proud
Because
of the guy, you would have been proud taking around your dad and your uncle, your brothers, and them. You know.
I've been good secrets many a day, so I know exactly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was a good guy to go out to dinner with, go to the movie with. I had the height, I had the look. So if they would run across them and be with me, I was good enough to run across with. Like, okay, he's
Hmm.
handsome, he's charismatic, he's a nice guy, he's articulate. So if I run across one of my girlfriends or family members, I don't feel shamed because Andre is fashionable. He always wears cologne or he smells. But I was just as dirty as I might as well have been the guy that wore the tank top and the jeans because I was just as grimy. I just knew how to. I just was a nice guy.
Clean it up.
Uh, I was a thug in a suit. That's basically what it was.
That's what it was. Not the wife beater, like you said, the wife beater and the chain and
Yeah, I was a
sagging.
thug in a suit.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the topic is in regards to traveling, what advice would you recommend for women when it comes to you got a clean slate, you go into a country nobody knows you, fresh opportunity, new culture, new language, new foods? what advice would you give women, or would you give yourself? Okay, girl, we're going to these island with all these beautiful chocolate men.
Chocolate.
What mistake do I need to make sure that I do not make? What advice would you give?
Definitely, I would definitely learn the language. I would never go alone. I would need to know somebody, at least one person, preferably a gentleman already there,
Right.
who's
That's a
been there
good
for a
tip.
while, who can kind of give me, the ups and downs, ins and outs of where I can go, what's good to go here, this time of day, what's good, where to stay away from. Yeah, and it's good to know the language, like you said. If they know you're foreign, you can be easily be an easy target.
That's a good tip that you gave in regards to at least try to get to know somebody there, preferably male.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I did when I came to Colombia. I came here by myself, but I didn't want to be by myself in the sense of understanding the location. So I send a, I kid you not, this is how I did it. I send a message in the comments section to a YouTuber.
Okay.
The YouTuber was Ace Live. He was at
Okay.
200 subscribers. I said, brother, I'm coming to Medellin, Colombia, blah, 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 blah. You don't have to show me around, but could you point me in the right directions when I get there? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
brother, I'll show you around, blah, 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 blah. Here's my contact information. Email me. We can exchange numbers. And we have been like twin brothers
Ever
ever
since.
since that moment. And one of the things that I do and Andrea does and Ace does to this day, when we go to a new country, we reach out to people that know the area,
Mm-hmm.
whether I'm going to go by myself or whether we're going to go as a couple. So that tip that you gave is vital. But at the same time, having a male friend to kind of tell you, okay, you want to deal with this type of guy here, but you might want to stay leery of this type of guy
Mm-hmm.
is some great advice when it comes to traveling.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Because one, like I said, quite often people ask us, where are all guys, especially guys, where are all the good women in Colombia? Where are the good women in Brazil? Where are all the good women in, the good Venezuelan women that are coming here? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, guys, they're here, but you ignore them.
Why do you think they ignore them?
Because a lot of guys assume with hesitancy. Two reasons I've noticed. And guys, any guy that want to come in, I'm gonna put the invitation again. Any guy want to correct me if I'm wrong? It's two things that I've noticed. Guys either think that it takes too much. I'm only here 5 days. It takes too much time to find or locate a good woman. And secondly, the language. What's up, Clyde? Salute, brother. In the language, they actually think that the language will hold them back. But so many, for example, here in Colombia, so many Colombian women are learning in college and in junior high school, and even from their kids if they have a child, English. So they are looking for somebody to practice. Andrea has so many family members that ask me, just speak English so we can practice, so I can talk to you back and forth, just because I don't have anybody to practice with. So let me practice my English with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so here in Colombia, there are a lot of people that appreciate our just knowing English, and that they can
Mm-hmm.
practice the little broken English that they know.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two things that I noticed that guys feel somewhat hesitant about, and even ladies thinking that it's the language barrier, which is not as bad as you think it is, because 85% of all human communication is nonverbal.
Mm-hmm.
85%. All of us know what a shoulder hunch is when we hunch our shoulders like, I don't know.
Right.
Everybody knows what a yes looks like. Everybody knows what a no looks like.
Mm.
Everybody knows what come here looks like. Everybody knows what stay away looks like. 85% of global communication among human beings is non-verbal.
Mm.
So if you could just hunch your shoulders and say yes, that, or point and say
Yeah.
that over there, how to get from this to that, most people say, oh, I know what you're talking about. This is what you're going
Mm-hmm.
to do. And
Right.
so so that's not the problem. But I really like what you said uh in regards to we're gonna bring Greg in
Welcome,
regard.
Greg.
I know Greg's in the building.
Hey,
Hey.
What's up, brother?
let me turn this stuff off, cause
I mean, you're clear. I don't hear anything else in the background.
oh yeah, I was hearing stuff though.
Let me give me a synopsis on how do you feel about this particular topics, whether it be advice, whether it be agree or disagree. Let me hear what you have to say about this.
I mean, you preaching tonight. I mean, you always do, but the thing is that people don't have the proper uh, upbringing, or they didn't listen to the upbringing that they had with good advice as far as parents or grandparents or whatever. They figured I'd just hang out there. And so when it's hard for a person to break that habit, you know. So I don't. It's really hard. But I mean, but when they go somewhere, like you said, it's a brand new start.
It really is.
Why screw it up? It's like why bring the garbage with you? But that's a mental thing though. You know,
That's true.
people have to want to change change the paradigm.
Hmm.
And for some people, like you said, they just want to stay in the gutter. Sad,
Yeah,
but true.
yeah.
You know.
Like I mentioned last week, a brother came to me here, my boy, one of my
Hmm.
sidekick dudes that live right around the corner, literally.
Oh yeah,
And
right.
he said, Dre, he said, I'm tired of dealing with a certain type of woman, right? And I was like, okay, cool. And I said, why? He said, because they're poor. He said, I can deal with a broke woman. He said, but I can't deal with a poor woman. And what he meant was the mentality.
Mm,
He said, a broke woman, hey, I ain't got it today, but I'm working towards it. I can see it in the distance. I'm going after my goals, whether it be get my credit right, whether it be the best mother I can be, whether it be the best employee I can be. I'm on my way there. It may
hmm.
take me 6 months, 6 days, or 6 years, but I'm on my way. That's a broke woman. He said, I can handle that.
Right.
He said, but I'm done with dealing with poor women that have nothing in their mind other than I look good and I want all your money, your
So
ATM machine.
so that's
He
the
said,
added attitude and
yeah, he said, Dre, I'm tired of it. I'm just I can't do it anymore. And so he found somebody that actually has an excellent career going after goals. Now notice, no matter what career you meet somebody in South America, their dollars technically can't compare to your dollar anyway.
right.
So, but I'm just happy to see him being happy,
Hmm.
and that's what that is. And the same thing that I would say to Gail or any other woman, uh, I just want to be happy seeing you all happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what brings me peace, and that's why I interview women on the show just as much as I interview guys. That's why in our WhatsApp group we have women just as much as one of the women and her husband moved down here just about a month ago,
Mm.
and they just moved into their beautiful apartment. It's like 5 minute drive from here, and it's good to see that couples are coming down here and starting a new life and enjoying the life that they can have. But guys, you cannot make a temporary person a long term, whether you be
No,
male
Hmm.
or female.
I totally agree with that.
Agree.
You just have to vet. I mean, it's all about vetting.
Yeah,
A lot of guys and girls too. They don't know how to vet. You know,
Mm.
especially if a person's like over 25.
true.
Up 25 and up, you should be able to do that.
Yeah, but
But
I think the thing is we haven't seen it done right. And I know I'm a black, I'm not
right,
sure
Good
if you're
point,
black or
Gail.
not, but
yeah,
I
true.
haven't, I've never seen it done. And I'm sorry, I cut you off, Greg, didn't I?
That's okay.
I didn't I didn't see it done right. Actually, myself, it wasn't even a thing to hear about somebody having a wedding, somebody getting married, about like common
Hmm.
law. And that's
Right.
all I heard about where I'm from. I'm from Alabama, like rural Alabama, and that was just
Okay.
something. Even the careers I hear about that are out there now that I didn't hear about growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think a lot of us didn't see it done right, and I think usually, like they always say, a woman looks for a man like her father. But I'm like,
Mm.
I know who my father was until I was 15, and then 3 years later he was gone.
Right.
So, and that's another issue too. We don't know who we relate to. Like I'm more my father than I am my mother. When I met my father, I learned like, dang, this is who I am. It's in the female version.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's still taken away from me. So I didn't get to know, I didn't get that guidance from dad. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
was
Yeah.
like,
I guess it would be like exposure.
mhm,
Having the exposure, like you said, rural Alabama, and then if that's all you've seen, and you don't really watch, like especially like YouTube and stuff like that, it's like that's all you're gonna know. This is the only world I have is this town or county or
Mhm.
whatever, you
Yeah.
know, and it's I guess like sometimes it's just luck of the draw too, as far as I know there's got to be something else out there, and then you seek it, but then you find an opportunity from somebody coming through a restaurant. And you're like, man, and they talk to you, or you go to a store, somebody's driving through, and some way you get a pick up a conversation with them. It's just something simple, but a person has to be hungry to want to do something. You
mhm,
know, that's my point of view.
Oh, excellent
yeah,
point. It-
mhm,
especially,
You
I
gotta
mean,
you
both.
gotta be hungry for it.
Yeah, both of your points coincide, and especially when Gail stated that when she was saying that I didn't meet my dad. When my dad
Mhm.
died. Check it out. My dad died when I was 1 years old
Wow.
at the hand of his mistress.
oh,
And my sisters told me about 5 years ago, my older sisters, they were like, you got the same personality our dad has. You got
Huh.
that charm, you got that look, that height. And they,
mm,
and they, and they really bust my head. They were like, our dad used to always say ladies, and you do that too.
Oh
Now,
wow.
this man died when I was 1.
Hmm.
mhm,
And I use that term when I say, ladies, how you doing today? I want to introduce you ladies, or all right, ladies,
Uh-huh.
good evening. And
mhm,
and and they say you use it in a term of flirtation
Mm.
and communication.
mhm.
And I do. It's almost a respectful. I say it in a way of respect,
Right.
but I also say it in a subtle, flirtatious way. Okay,
Compliment.
ladies.
Mhm,
All right. I
Right.
see you
Yeah.
ladies over there. All right, ladies, you're looking good in that dress. And the fact that I know that I call them ladies, it gets a response other than just women or
mhm,
females.
Right.
I
mhm,
know that it gets a different response. And so
mhm.
when my sisters told me, because I was, and the reason why they were mad at me, I said, because they don't like each other. And so when we all looked together, all three of my sisters, I was like, you do know you all three act the same. You do know that, right? I don't act like her. I don't act like her. I don't. I say, you see how you all responded? And they all turned on me. Well, you act like our father.
Oh dang.
I'm like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm not offended. And so they just broke it down. And that's how I finally got a chance to understand my dad. Like Gail said at 15, she got a chance
Hmm.
to understand her dad's portion of her life.
Hmm.
So it is that in that moment a couple years ago, my sisters gave me a portion of who I am in the DNA of my father.
Hmm.
And you are absolutely correct. Many of us with passports have to admit we didn't have the complete upbringing. I don't want to
Right.
say we didn't have proper upbringing. We didn't have the complete
Yeah.
upbringing of male and female influences. But real quick, guys, before I let you guys continue to speak, the Russian Nigerian is in the building. I would say how that combines. You're Nigerian, but you're Russian. Okay. Professor Dre, always great content. Thank you, brother. Speak briefly on mic editing tools YouTube course. Suggestions for best first time city for first Okay, real quick. When it comes to a microphone, you can start with your Blue Yeti. You can start with a condenser mic that speaks all the way around. I'll tell you what I mean by that. I'm going to fade back. You're going to notice when I get ready to talk, you see how my voice changes. When I lean back, you can't hear me as much. Condenser mics, you see I'm on the side, and then I'm on the other side. Condenser mics condense the, now I'm back in front of the mic. Condenser mics condense the sound right in front of you. I have a portable well, I have the air conditioning on. You can't hear it in the mic. So at the end of the day, they condense the sound into that region. If you're not speaking, and I'm going to lean back again. If I'm not speaking directly into the mic, you can tell the difference. So you want a mic that's going to train you. That's what a condenser mic does for me. It trains me to speak directly into the microphone. You said editing tools. I would use, and I still use to this day. Ace Live came and had the audacity to tell us, Andrea, y'all need a YouTube channel. So I knew he was going to be here for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, I sat up under him, and he used the free version of Feel More Wondershare. Feel More Wondershare. It's Film More. It's all one word. Actually, Feel More Wondershare. I'm going to put it in the comments real quick. It's Feel More Wondershare. They have a free version of editing. It is so simple. It is just like the Premiere that people use to edit, but it's a simpler version. And I have been using it from day one. Any videos that you guys see me edit, from our travel videos over the last 4 years to our mostly money videos to any videos that I've edited, all of on Love Crossing Borders, or when I edit on Andrea Wallace TV channel, Andrea's channel, all of them have been edited by Fillmore Wondershare. It allows you to record. This is what I like with Mostly Money. Fillmore Wondershare lets me record it on Fillmore, and then once it's done, I edit it seconds later on Fillmore Wondershare. I upload it to my computer once it's edited, and then I upload it to YouTube. And Fillmore Wondershare also allows you to upload it directly to YouTube instead of just even uploading it to your computer. So that's what I use. First time cities in Colombia. I would say everybody often breaks their teeth like the rest of us on Medellin. It is a beautiful, beautiful city. When you are landing, before you land in Medellin, make sure you have your cell phone ready to take photos and videos. It is one of the most beautiful. I would easily have to say it's the most beautiful landing landscape that I've seen. It's so amazingly beautiful. When you get here, there are so many foreigners in Medellin that you get a chance to feel comfortable. That's why a lot of, even in restaurants, that's why a lot of foreigners come to Medellin first to cut their teeth. Number 2 city, I gotta admit the beach area of Cartagena, because Cartagena has so much Black history. Like an hour away from Cartagena is like Palenque, which is the oldest Black city in all of the Americas. It is the original us being free and starting our own city, Palenque in Colombia. Also, Cartagena also was the New York Stock Exchange of the boats that were coming from Africa. A lot of people don't know that. When you negotiated how many boats you wanted, you negotiated in Cartagena, Colombia. It was a New York Stock Exchange of negotiating for how many boats that you wanted to have land in your area. Because most people don't know this, only 4% of all ships were delivered with cargo to the United States. Only 4%. The other 96% went to the islands and South America. So this is why it's so important to go to Cartagena, because there's so much, and also, you know, DR, because there's so much Black history in these particular regions. So great question. Off the beaten path, but it was a really good question. And thank you, brother, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Definitely. All right, guys.
German Nigerian.
I know, right? The Russian Nigerian in the building. Thanks for the caption. Would like to take your YouTube course looking to produce YouTube, and please provide information. Dave and I are working on the YouTube course. It will be my man Dave, which is Tech TV. He's about 224, 230,000 subscribers. One of my closest buddies. We're putting together the course right now. We're meeting up in April, the last week of April, because we're all him, and Andrea are going to meet up in Carnival in Brazil, and part of our meeting is going to be meeting up and putting together our notes regarding the course, then getting everything set up and putting the course together. So we'll have the course together right around mid-May for individuals, because Dave and I talk about what most courses don't talk about: the little things, the algorithm, the what's it all about, the little things that I've learned from Gail in regard to YouTube etiquette and how that works for you in the long run. Little things like that. The individuals that what's the position that they give you? The moderators. Little things like that you don't know when is the right time to have a moderator and when the right time not to. I'm still learning that. Sponsorships. When do you start to reach out to sponsors to make that real YouTube money? We're talking about sponsors that will pay you between $5,000 to $12,000 for 30 seconds on your YouTube channel. How do you set that up? So these are the things that we're going to be talking about behind the scenes in regards to our course. So we'll definitely do that. Just give us until the middle of May. I promise you, you and anybody else, you will be very happy with what we're putting together. And we won't make it so technical and so hard to do. And most of it will be video, and you'll have the chance to talk to us in regards to 101 consultation. All right, that's a great question. All right. So back to what we were talking about in regards to this. This is one that I want to touch when it comes to looking for good men and good women in Colombia, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. When you finally don't care about what other people have to say, that's when you start to meet good people.
Yeah. You have to be an individual. Definitely, you have to basically think outside the box instead of the gang mentality kind of. I got to impress someone for sure.
What do you have to say about that, Gail?
I mean, listen, I'm already living that. I have to, and this we're talking about family here. I'm in the US, and this may sound bad to some people, but I can't really care about what people think anymore.
Right.
Yep.
My family don't even know where I live. My daughter knows
You
where
sound
I
like
live.
me.
No, I'm so serious. My daughter don't know where my daughter knows where I live. She knows everything about me. Everything I'm doing, where I'm going, where I'm at almost all the time. But
You got to have one
when I
person.
had to try to move, like it's for making like if I need to move, make some more money. I may lost a job here. I couldn't tell my folks. I started seeing what I was saying. I want to move in. Why you going way over there? They shooting up. They killing out. They doing all this, that. First 48 hours. I'm like, oh gosh.
You have to vet how you talk to whoever you're talking to for sure.
That's
you
a
would
good
think,
point.
you would think if you tell you want to give your good news to your family,
Right.
when you want to talk. No.
Yeah, it's like, oh, good job. I'm glad you're thinking. Yeah. Oh no.
No.
What you gonna do that? What you gonna do that for?
Why you doing all that? It's gonna cost
Oh.
you. Go up there. You gonna all that, and so no. And because I used to move where I was close to family because anything happened to me, and I need to get to family to be close. But when I did that, I needed help, and family wasn't there. So let me just make a move, and I pay somebody to move me. I pay somebody to do that. Just do that, and I've been listen. I sleep good at night. I live a beautiful life. I don't answer my phone if I don't want to. I don't answer my door.
Let me ask you this, Gail, and based off of how you just described that story. I often say that one of the things that you discover when you relocate to another country is that you have superpowers that you didn't realize you had. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Here in Colombia, I don't have anybody call, hey, Tyrone, let me borrow $500 real quick till next week, dog. I don't have that. And
Mhm.
suddenly you discover since you don't have that, you have to tap into your superpowers to put you in positions to where you don't have to worry about moments like that. Whether you find
Mhm.
somebody, another Tyrone, or whether you put yourself in economic, I have my emergency fund.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice that because you don't have so-called our families and our friends of yesteryear to lean on as much, that you tap into abilities that you
Mm-hmm.
didn't even realize that you had to protect and provide for yourself?
Absolutely. When I go, if whenever I do, I don't know when I've been back home, but people don't see me in the same room with most of my family.
Mm-hmm.
Like them your folk, like yeah, those that's my
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's like that for me too.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking and I'm not talking about nobody, I'm
No,
not trying to roast nobody. It's just like
Right.
no.
y'all gotta come out of that mindset.
Right.
And see, this is when you spoke your dad and you didn't even know him really. He passed when you were a year old.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with me and my like I am when I met my dad, I'm like, this is why I was so angry as a child growing up. Because I didn't relate to nobody in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I met my
Sound
dad
like
at
me.
15 and it's like I go, that's me right there all day. That's
Mm-hmm.
me right there all day. And my dad was that kind of dude. He was that if my father was living today, I would trust him to arrange a marriage for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's
As
up.
how much I trusted this man in 3 years more than my own mom in
Mm-hmm.
15. Because of
You
the
just
life they showed me. Because my father was married and he had 8 children. And when I say that, folks think, oh, he was a Rolling Stone. Like, no, dad had 8 by his wife. That
mm-hmm.
one woman, he wasn't all over
Wow.
the place dropping seed. He was one woman. He separated, went from his wife, and he got with my mom. She fooled him and got me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I see when I got to meet him, it was I'm like, God, how my mama fool you? Like, how she get you? Like, I don't see y'all in the same room. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, my dad, he about his business. He wanted the best for me.
Right.
The whole nother story. And I might have to do an interview or something with you one day, Dre, about I guess you can do like the importance of fathers in a woman's life.
Hmm.
Because it's what we have a problem here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
While men have a problem while they're going out of the country to find love. It's not the race, it's the culture. And
Yeah.
we're not there. We're not, like we said before, we haven't seen it done right. And even when we hear men say what they want, we have to snap back like, okay, you can't be 300 pounds with an attitude and somebody else's kids. Come on, I mean, seriously, you gotta give a man something to, because I mean, he's got a lot to lose when you're talking about marrying somebody here in the States.
Yeah.
That's true.
Honestly, it's not really incentive here for men. When the system is so geared toward giving a woman what she wants, whether she cheats, do right or not, she could still leave you tomorrow and take half of your stuff, and then he want to be 50-50 on the bills. It's like, how does that work? It doesn't make any
That's
sense.
true.
With your head spinning.
So when that brings to
Yeah.
the table conversation come up, they get really upset when that table conversation come up. They get real triggered with
Mm.
that what you bring to the table. Oh, now it's an argument. Like real men don't ask them kind of questions. Like, yes, they need to ask them kind of questions. What am I investing myself in? I worked 40 years to get what I have now. I'm willing to share this with you. What are you coming with? Are you gonna have a are you something to come home to? Are you gonna have a meal a few days a week? Are you gonna have the kids together, the house clean?
That
Basic stuff that we can't do a lot of times here in the States. It's like
and that is important. And that's very, very important points, Gail. Those are so that's just that you think that was just like fundamental.
simple. Like it
Yeah,
comes standard.
it sounds simple, right? But to some people, that's really it's very foreign to them.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's very foreign to them, you know. But this is it's not foreign that it's their fault. It's just like like we said earlier, it's like they just don't have, they haven't seen it. They
Yeah.
haven't been exposed to it.
And that was me. I hadn't
Oh,
seen
that
it.
was you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I,
no, that was me. I hadn't seen it, and
right.
I hadn't seen. You know what's kind of funny now that we're saying it. Shout out to Murph. Can you hear us?
I'm listening.
Okay. I'm gonna let you put your input in a second. Just want to make sure you're there and I can hear you. All right. Now that we're talking about this topic in regards to my story and not seeing my father
Mm,
and just hearing, and when I finally hit him, like, I'm like, at this time period, I'm like 40, 47, 40. I'm actually like 48, 49 years old when I heard that statement from my sisters.
Mm.
mm,
Can you imagine how many black men wonder why I am the way that I am? And you're like,
Mhm.
why am I like this? I
mhm,
know that I'm better than this, or I know that I'm different from this. And you never heard the story of, well, you know, your dad and your granddad. You heard your mama might complain,
Mhm.
mhm,
but you never heard from his family about certain things about you to where you like, now I get it.
Mhm.
mhm.
Now I know what to avoid and whatnot. See, now I'm like this. Now I'm all leery now. If I cheat on Andrea, I'm gonna end up being like my dad. I end up getting killed by my mistress and blah 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 blah. So let me sit my butt down. So see,
Or Andrea.
right. That's what I was. Or by Andre, right? So
They just ain't-
that keeps me almost in a sense of like, you single guys, you can have all the ladies. I'm happy. I'm good
Yeah.
because you know the devil. Like if it worked on one person, hey, it can work
Mhm.
on his son. So let me sit my
Mhm.
butt. Let me sit my
Yeah.
butt down somewhere. Because demons don't
Right.
die; they just wait to the next generation.
And
So,
then
Mhm.
his son
but
was.
we
Hmm.
go ahead, Gail.
No, I was gonna say, and your father was not here to tell you how he was. You know, most dads would say,
Right,
hey son, I said you going down this road is how I was when I was coming up.
Uh-huh.
Y and
right.
Z. And so you can be like your father, but you can cut out a lot of mistakes that your father would
And
have made.
now give us a
Yeah.
passport
Right,
and meet
right.
Mhm.
all these women and wonder
Mhm.
why we can't meet good women in other countries or meet good women in our home or appreciate good women in our home countries and not realize, why can't I meet a good woman in my own country? And
Mhm.
I got a passport.
Mhm.
Why can't I meet good women in another country? What
Mhm.
is it about me that makes me attract bad women in my own country, in my own state? Okay, cool. I understand that. But now I'm doing the same stupid stuff in a foreign country, not knowing that 80% of us that weren't raised around our dads on a regular don't realize it could be something that our dad could give us heads up about. Boy, you act like my daddy. When you talk about dad, yeah, I wasn't a player, but my daddy was a player. My granddaddy was a player. Yeah, he was a player, son. But I want to hear what Marvin had to say about this.
Well, I was raised up in the South. In terms
Mhm.
of different mentality.
I can't
I
hear
was,
you, Marvin.
can you hear me? Can you hear me better?
Okay, there we
Can you?
go. There we
Mhm.
go. You
I
good.
was raised up in the South, a totally different mentality. I was raised up with a stepfather who came into our family. I had seven sisters, and five brothers, two sisters.
Ooh.
And I had a man that I grew up with that basically married my mother, came into the family.
Right.
So my mentality was I saw a strong black man basically that was straightforward, who did not spare the rod
Mhm.
necessary.
That's right.
Basically, when he showed me that belt, I got his complete attention. So I had that mentality.
Mhm.
Basically, what I found in my hometown was a different type of mentality before I went to the city. But I saw that family structure in my hometown, and I took that with me. And I did not want to be what you call Papa with a Rolling Stone. Everywhere he lived was home.
Right.
Mhm.
So in terms of that, that took me. I've been around the world as well, many different countries. And in terms of, but I found there was a disconnect when I came to Los Angeles of that family structure that I found that I was looking for. I found more of not togetherness, not
Mm.
where
Mhm.
I came from. I found things was more important than people were, and what you
Mm,
had was more important than what people were. I
mhm,
found that out. So when I basically that's what when I first got the introduction to overseas, I got a book called Latin Euro. And Latin Euro, I was looking through there and I saw these beautiful women. I was exposed for the first time to international dating.
Mhm.
I said, well, let me go and find out. I said, well, I can't, you tell me there's no sisters over here in the Carolinas. I said, well, why am I driven towards international ladies? So basically, and that's the reason why I basically asked you that question, because you got Colombian Cupid, you got
Mhm.
DR Cupid, you got all these
Latin
matches,
Cupid,
Latin,
African Cupid. Yep.
Latin American Cupid, and you
Yeah.
have what you call foreign affair international matchmaking. I've
Yep.
been looking at their videos for a long time, and I've seen some of the most gorgeous women in those organizations, which I was intending on going on a tour in Medellin or Cartagena one of these times. I was intending on going before COVID-19. And so my whole thing is there's a in terms of international, in terms of where you women are and international and where you are, I think that it's your upbringing of where you came from that if you was a player there, you become
Mhm.
a player here, wherever
True.
you go. But I think if you wasn't a player there, if you serious about finding a good woman in these foreign countries, you would do exactly what you say and look at what the environment has in that
Mhm.
country and what the men does because a lot of these good women, like a lot of these women here in LA, they don't hang out in the street some of the time. And like you
No.
said, if they
Right.
single, if they single, you find them at the club, you find them at the
Grocery
gym,
store.
but grocery stores. But most of your good women, I wouldn't say, I'm not saying this about all ladies, but most of your good women, you're not gonna find them running the street like that
Yeah.
No.
most of the time. And you
No.
have to go where they are.
Yeah.
mhm,
You have to go where they are, and that in terms of the men too, you have to go where they are and think that finding a woman that will have that type of mentality that you can be with for the rest of your life. So my journey basically looking overseas now is because I got very frustrated with what I was finding here in Los Angeles.
Wow. That's an excellent point. And I'm glad that you kind of brought in the ladies also
Mm.
because here in Colombia there are like Andrea often talk about her male friends that she went to high school with in college where you got brothers. I'm talking about brothers with 2, 3 degrees that
Mm.
have great positions. One of my favorite restaurants to bring people to is Willie's, that's owned by brother. And he owns 2 restaurants down here and some of the best cooking that I mean, just fish. I mean, we're talking about a fish that it hangs over the plate
He's
because they
Colombian.
caught the fish that day, and it's just you are not gonna finish that fish that day.
Mm.
Or if you do, huh?
He's Colombian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's Colombian, just regular
Okay.
Colombian guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so a lot of times, even with the women, they will come here to Colombia assuming that okay, just because he's in or go to DR, just because he's in DR, that there are all the DR men are just into blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
And okay, somebody's got to be graduating from them colleges.
Right.
Somebody's got to be working in those office spaces.
Mhm.
Somebody's got to be those doctors. It is not just empty buildings and
Mm.
empty businesses that we're riding past when we riding past the airport. So
Mm.
somebody owns that tire shop or that auto repair shop or the bike repair shop. But women go to these islands and don't give those guys a chance.
Mm.
Guys go to these locations, and I kid you not, there are before I met Andrea, there were so many good women that I was dating here in Colombia. I'm talking about the ladies that work with judges,
Mm.
ladies that were part of politics, ladies that I remember, and I often tell this story. One lady, she was a professional belly dancer, and it was like, okay, she's a belly dancer. Until I saw a giant billboard of her tour, and I was
Wow.
like, oh, she's like for real, like touring across the country. And or I saw I've dated high school college professors, like she was a lawyer by day and she was a college professor at night.
Mm.
And then it was nothing for me to meet Andre, who's an accountant and business manager and a translator,
Mm.
because I was already in the habit of dating good women. But
Yeah, you were.
I'm gonna let you guys speak after I make this statement. Of the 3 years that it took me to move to Colombia finally, it took me a year to mentally become a good dude for the
Mm.
type of woman that deserved to have a good man. Because remember what I used to say? I was the thug in a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I played I as four what? I was
Mm-hmm.
married for 14 years and probably went through 1,400 women in that time period. Oh, I looked the part. Oh, church Sunday morning, everything perfect. Bringing in the money, bringing him the bacon. Great stepdad. Great. I'm up there doing it, homework, and I'm the one that taking them to the black universities when it's time for them to go to college and making sure that I am perfect on the outside, and was an idiot. Did not appreciate a good woman on the
Mm.
inside. So when it was over, I had to sit back and say, Andre, if you go to this other country, you can't take this Andre to
Mm-hmm.
another country, or you're going to get the same results. So
Mm-hmm.
what I had to do was take time out to go to counseling. Yes, I went to counseling.
That's good.
Brothers, us
Mm-hmm.
brothers get counseling. We get therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did. Kevin Sanders did not invent therapy. I was going to therapy before Kevin said that. And
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
so I went to therapy to find out, why am I like this? And I found out by following the patterns of my family has an addictive behavior patterns, whether
Mm.
it be drug addiction, whether it be alcohol addiction, whether it be workaholics. And come to find out, I can't have sex or I can't cheat with just one chick. Oh no, it's 51, it's 61, it's 101. So since I know that about me now, one can't get my time because I don't have time or the mind for 101. It took me to learn what was going on. For some of you dudes out there, the reason why you keep going to DR and you keep messing up, because you are not finding out what it is that's causing you to mess up and not meeting the
Mm-hmm.
right women. I want to hear what you guys have to say in regards to that.
Yeah, that's boiling it down is like you said, it's self-reflection.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Self-reflection, and I mean, what you just said is you got to be tired. You got to be hungry for something else, or something happens to you. You know, you get in an accident or get hurt really bad by an event or whatever in your life. It's like, okay, this is a wake up call for me. I need to change or something, or you just get tired. It's like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't know, just down and out. Or even if you have money and you're in the rat race, like Marvin was saying, is like, I'm from down south, and then I go to LA. People have a different mentality because like in LA, it's more materialistic versus like down south. I mean, to me.
Well,
True.
you're certainly right, because basically, you get yourself one of them homegrown girls back in the Carolinas
Hmm.
that don't care nothing about what you got. I mean, she'd get in the pickup truck with you and
Mm-hmm.
ride on down the street, and you know, and everything. That's what she does. I mean, she's pretty. She's a pretty country girl that
Mm-hmm.
know how to, get in that kitchen and cook for you, treat you like a man when you come home, and that's what she does. And she don't complain about what you have because it's what you both got, and
Right.
y'all working together as a team. But when you come to Los Angeles, it's a totally different type of animal here
Mm-hmm.
because it's all about what have you done for me lately?
What can you get for me?
What can you do for
Mhm.
Did you guys know that 85% of us in the United States live off of some body of water? In other words, whether you live in Galveston, Texas, and Houston, right off that water area, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, New York, North Carolina, California, Oregon, Michigan, or Chicago, 85% of the United States lives off of some body of water.
Hmm.
What do I mean? So, what am I saying? A lot of us don't get a chance to appreciate those that live in the Tennessees, the
Mm-hmm.
Kentuckys,
right?
the Oklahomas. It's sad that all of us live off the edges and don't realize that there are so many good people that
Mm-hmm.
live in the middle of the states as well.
Mhm.
The Indianas, the Ohio's, the excuse me, the Tennessee, some really good women in Tennessee, and
Mm-hmm.
we assume that because what we experience off the coasts is what everybody is going through, and
Mm-hmm.
not realizing that the other 15% of the United States are some really good people as well.
Sure they are, but see what happens is the reason why a lot of people move to the coast is about basic number one, Tinseltown. Let me use
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood as
True.
Tinseltown. Most people dream to come to Hollywood to become a star,
Hmm.
or they come to Hollywood to be an actor, singer, or did Hollywood give you that to like Beverly Hillbillies? They said, "Look here, come to Hollywood,
Loaded
come
up
to
the truck
Hollywood,
and let's
Rolls
go.
Royce, and the big houses, and the big cars." So therefore, if you in Mississippi and you see that type of thing, you say, "I'm packing my bag, going to Hollywood," or you go to New York City, oh, big town, New York City, Hollywood. So it's a fantasy that television portrays of these majestic places that you
Mm-hmm.
should know. They show the girls on the beaches and they show the big city lights and the limousines and the Rolls Royces. That's the reason why they go. They leave these small towns and they go to these major cities and they take their chances because of the dream that America puts in their head.
Say, I can have this. I can have all that that's on that TV right now.
That's right.
But they bring that mentality, and then I want to hear what Gail has to say about this. They bring that mentality overseas. They see what's on the
Mm,
YouTube. See, it's
Yeah.
the screen.
right.
They see what's on the YouTube, and I see what the YouTubers have, and I can have that, but not realizing that when I say guys aren't built for this, or even sometimes women aren't built for this, because you aren't preparing yourself in the States to have this. I wasn't too proud to go to counseling. Actually, when I went to counseling, I thought the counselor was gonna be on my side. I saw a dude, I was like, okay, cool. He gonna be in the guy's side. And first thing he said was, open your cell phone. What? Huh? What? Go ahead, open your cell phone. Let me see your cell phone. What did you need my cell phone for? And he wanted to see all the ladies. So let's get started, Dre. Once I confirmed what he was already thinking, okay, let's get started. Let's get to work. But a lot of guys don't want that to happen, the
Mhm.
work to happen before you move to these other countries. So when you see me with Andrea, guys, I put in work to get this right. So when I came to South America, I could look at women like, you're beautiful. Yes, you are. But but I'm happy for you, and I hope a single guy meets you and you fall in love one day. I was sitting back thinking that today. I saw this woman in the gym today. gorgeous. She was all of 40, you can tell, but she was fine. No ring. And I'm hoping like, hope she got a man or she get her man. And that's all I could do. Look at her as a man and say she fine, be happy for what direction that God wants to lead her life, and keep it pushing. I had to learn that. The old Andre, she'd have been in my phone and we'd have met up at a hotel room like that. The old Andre knows how to do that no matter what country I went to. So for some of you guys and some of you ladies, we've got to start asking the questions. And sometimes the questions need to be asked by counselors and not just our friends or ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Gail.
No, because I saw you put up Pablo Frescobar in the chat. Shout out to him. Um, like you said, turn the mirror in on yourself and just doing an inventory of what's going on with you. I mean, me as a woman, like I already said before, I didn't have the guidance of a father, but like in my 30s, I believe I knew what I wanted, but I was a hothead for years but I understood. It's like I had to first forgive my mother, forgive my daughter's father. You got to forgive all them people before you even move on with life. Because I'm over here just acting out of survival mode, out of anger, and nothing's going to work out in that environment.
True.
So when I did, I can't even tell you it's like this kind of a snap or something went off one day that I just changed my whole mentality. Like all I'm doing is causing more hurt and pain on myself. Let me look in this mirror right quick and see what's going on. And okay, you want a good man. All right. What does a good man want from you?
Mm.
Oh, okay. So I need to stop with the snapping off. I need to stop with the attitude. I need to keep myself and together for us. It's really basic stuff.
Gail, it is.
It
It's
is.
really basic. So I need to know how to cook a little something. I mean, they really just don't get on nobody's nerve. Like chill out, cool out for a minute, and that's really it. And so,
Uh-huh.
and then I spent a lot of time in the manosphere listening to men. All guys have different, background, different opinions and everything, but at the same time, they have one common goal. They really do want a wife. They're not just saying I
True.
hate women. I don't know where they get that. People get that from. That manosphere hate men, hate women.
Uh,
I don't know where they get that from. Like, no, they hated y'all. They won't even talk about you. They complain, and you know what they don't want, what they don't like, and what they do like. Okay, I want this man like this, and he likes this. Okay, let me do this.
mm.
And it's not
That's an
necessarily just for
excellent point.
him, it's for you too. Don't you want to be in good shape? Don't you want to know
Mhm.
how to cook a meal here and there and take care of your kids and just have a peaceful, I mean,
Not be broke.
and not be
True.
broke, not want bags and red bottom. I don't even own a luxury, what they call them, a designer. And they never
Right.
wrong with somebody who does. I'm not knocking about who do, but I'm just not something. It's just not something I'm attracted to.
Right.
Right.
Or bags and shoes. I'm like, man, we got some land. We got some, so we can get some good land, some
I know,
assets.
right?
So, I mean, I don't even want a wedding. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. I don't, it's just not, but
Hmm.
I
But
had to
those
find out what the man I want from me. And then I was like, then plus knowing my father for those 3 years, I had to think about what would my father say about this guy.
Hmm.
you sound like Andrea. My
Granted,
she is so
mhm,
conscious of her Instagram or her image on Facebook, or I could not see defaming, or embarrassing my father.
Mm.
mhm.
Not me.
Right.
I'm like number 2 on the list of embarrassing, right? She like my dad. I would
Mhm.
not want him to feel sad or hurt or ashamed because
Mhm.
that's my dude too. Orlando, he's a good dude. But to feel the shame of, in regards to social media and her presence. So anybody that
Mhm.
goes to Andrea Wallace TV, 98% of the photos I took because I'm a photographer and she likes to pose. So people are often
Oh,
impressed with the photos, but she purposely, like, I don't dress like this, I don't dress like that on photos,
Right.
Mhm.
or she says I don't dress like this if I'm alone. She said I can dress
Right.
in a nice. She said I can dress in the freakum dress if I'm going out with you.
With your
But
man.
if
Mhm.
Right.
right, but if I'm by myself, she said I'm not wearing the tight shorts and
Feel like a
da da da
target.
and show my body. She said I
Mhm.
do not dress like that by myself. She said because I am one of those women that she said I'm an attractive woman that don't likes attraction. She says kind
Yeah.
of odd. She said, but I'm turned off easily by attraction. Even though I know I'm attractive, I don't like being attracted. She
Mhm.
said, so I'm just kind of, and I got female friends in the States that are like that. They're like, okay, I'm attractive, and
Yeah,
so what?
Scorpio.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah, I'm a Scorpio too. I don't like the spotlight.
yeah. See, that's her. She's all day Scorpio.
I do all that work, and people have no idea who be doing it. Like, I don't want you need to know it's done.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's
yeah,
her. Yes, that's Andrea. She is 100% behind the scenes. I took care of this. I took care of that. Like a lot of stuff when I talk about on the live streams, people like, I didn't know Andrea did this or could do that or do this or do that
mhm,
because she's like you, Gail. She takes care of everything else, and that's the only reason why she got all the purses over there because her percentage of this company is just as vital as my percentage. Just because I'm in front of the camera does not mean that everything that goes on behind the scenes, Andrea is not taken care of. So when
mhm.
she
Mhm.
says, I'm going to use my portion of the proceeds to do this, that, and this, I've never had to pay. I haven't bought one purse. No, I think I bought 3 purses. But every other purse and every other thing that she's wanted, she's earned, and I'm proud of her. So you're absolutely
Yeah.
correct, Gail. And
Yeah.
and Gail, also back to something you said earlier. I remember my grandmother, she was 83 right before she passed, like a year or two later. I moved
Mhm.
from Detroit and I'm living in Florida for like 16 years. And I was kind of sad because, you're thinking like family members going to come to visit you in Florida and everybody's going to be cool with you because you live in Florida.
Huh,
And you're like, well, because it's Florida.
right.
And
From Detroit.
nobody
Oh.
came, but my younger uncle, he came down, and my grandmother said, "Baby, I'm gonna tell you something. You are blessed among men." And I'm talking about, what are
Mm.
you talking about, grandma? She said, all this mess. She said, all 7 of my daughters still act like they're 12 years old and
Wow.
they are in their 50s and 60s. You ain't missing nothing, baby. She said, the best thing the Lord has ever done for you was giving you enough sense to go somewhere else and not stay here in Detroit and Cleveland dealing with this mess. She said,
Mhm,
don't you feel bad and don't you look back. Go to where God wants to
Mm.
send you.
See,
mhm.
now that's deep. That's
Yeah.
deep. Now
Yeah.
that's some serious wisdom.
That's love
Yeah.
too. To
When
not.
you hear baby,
Uh-huh.
that
Mhm.
you need
Mhm.
to perk up
Uh-huh.
your ears because some wisdom
Yeah.
about
Mhm.
to come your way, and you need to
Combined.
Yeah.
listen up.
Yeah. Don't feel
And that's
bad.
love. They won't let you go.
Yeah,
Won't let you go
exactly.
and hold you there stagnant. Right.
That's right. That's right. Grandmama knows best.
She
Hey.
does. She does. It's kind of funny, Marv, because when I came here, I think I mentioned this in the live stream last week. When I came here and I met Andrea's dad, of course, a few years or quite a few years back, and when the first thing I said to him, I'm not looking for a wife, I'm looking for a family
Mm.
here in South America. I say I'm not looking for a wife. I say I can find a wife. I say, but a family, a good family, is hard to find. And
Mhm.
they all own their own property. Everybody has jobs. Everybody is, they're family people. Oh, you got family members in her family that have been married. Don't even look it. Been married 30 years, 17 years,
Mm.
21 years. You look at these couples like they cannot be that old,
Mhm.
and they have been married for the longest. I think even the women in her family that are single is because the husbands died a few years back.
Mm.
And so she comes from a family of marriage. So I'm like, okay, I see the foundation that was laid. They are into
Mhm.
ownership. Her and her brother went to college because they're the only two. So I'm like, okay, they're into education and careers.
Mhm.
So this family dynamic was what I was looking for, and not just a woman. So a lot of times guys wonder why I'm so much at peace. It's not just because of Andrea, but I'm at peace because the family dynamic is what brings me peace. Even when Andrea is nowhere around, me and her mom and her dad and her brother and her aunts and everybody else, they always like, come over. When Andrea's not around, I'll teach you Spanish. She always want to speak English. You come over with us, we'll teach you Spanish. And so,
I can relate to that because basically back where I come from, you had the same scenario where
uh-huh,
marriage was very important and family was important because everybody had family, everybody knew one another, and the family household was very important
true.
because back on Sunday after we leave church, we just sit down on a big round table. We had collard greens,
I remember that.
black eyed peas,
Yep.
sweet potatoes, and had a big picture of Kool-Aid. Mama sat on one side of the table, and Daddy sat on the other side of the table, and we passed all the plates around with the fried chicken.
Mm.
So the family was very important into every household. In my hometown, family was very important. That family structure because everybody knew one another. It was a family type of situation. So you was at peace because family was the number one goal here. So I can certainly relate to that. And that's another reason why most people, when you turn South American countries like the Brazil, because Dominican Republic or Colombia, because they still have those structured family value situations.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when you look for that and you go to there, that is very important to them, and that's what has attracted me to go to South America or go to Colombia for the first time.
Hmm.
From the
That
south.
that's so true. That's so true. How important the family dynamic is, and it's kind of funny. On my dad's side, they're Tennessee, and my mom's side is Alabama.
Okay.
And going to Tennessee, and I remember leaving church, uh, and they were in Tennessee. They had a barn that was connected to the church. And you went into this big barn, and there was so much food just all the way across.
Potluck.
And you're a kid,
Fellowship.
right? When you're a kid, you think you're seeing 30 pies and eight eight different type of macaroni. This was like every Sunday, eight different type of
Oh man.
macaroni and all different type of meats and breads. And it was just like he said afterwards, it was just all about the family dynamic. And it's
Mhm.
sad that we all kind of veered away from that back home in the States, but Andre called it reunion.
Mhm.
And when we say family reunion in the States, we're like, you meet once a year or
Once a
twice a
year.
year. That's fine. No,
Mhm.
here is every weekend family reunion. Somebody graduating, family reunion. Grandma just came in from out of town, family reunion. Andre's birthday, family reunion. Oh, Camilo's birthday is next week, family reunion. Oh, one of the kids graduated the first grade, family reunion. Somebody just had a baby. Every people wonder how I dance salsa so well, so fast because dancing with her mom, aunts, the little kids, then everybody knows salsa dancing here in Cali, Colombia. So when you go to the club and it's the exact same music, people look at me like, aren't you supposed to be an American? Yeah, but my wife and her family. So you pick it up because this is the first time in a long time I've had the chance to celebrate the family dynamic, taking us back to the original topic because we're about to shut this down in 2 minutes because it is right now it's 2 o'clock in the morning here in Cali, Colombia. So it might be 3 o'clock going where you guys are. Some of you guys are. I don't know. But we're going to
Yes.
shut this down in 5 because I want to hear what you all have to say. But at the end of the day, taking us back to the original topic, the reason why I can talk like this, guys, in the comment section in the chat line is because there are good women and good family and good men here in South America. but you have to give it a chance, even though you may not know the language as much as you would like to feel, or even though you are accustomed to a different type of woman that you've been dating or type of man that you've been dating so long that you haven't given the good people a chance. There are good people here, everyday working people that would, and women that would love to spend time with you and enjoy time getting to know you, or even falling in love with you. Like we always say, we're here to help you find love across borders or fall in love with the borders that you cross. Uh, let's hear what you guys have to say. Marv, I want to hear what you have to say in your closing remarks,
My closing,
encouraging guys.
my closing remark is I'm coming to Colombia for the first time.
All right.
Never been, and I want to try to get in contact with you uh, when I get to Colombia for the first time.
Okay. No
I,
problem.
I want to connect with you in terms of you got my email, I got yours, you got my number, I got yours, so I
Right.
can stay, in touch with you as I begin to move towards that trip in Colombia.
Okay.
But I think it's like I said, I'm looking forward to coming there because, like I said, I am looking for family.
Mm.
I'm looking for family, and that's the reason why I chose three cities, whether Brazil, DR, because I know my man in DR, Taylor Dreams. I know I've
Yeah,
been in back
Russ,
and
Taylor
forth
made
contact
dreams.
with him. I've been in back and forth contact with Russ that I was going to come down there, but I'm basically coming to Colombia, and so uh, I'm gonna need your help in terms of how to navigate.
No
uh,
problem.
Assistance that you could give me, I certainly appreciate that in terms of that. But I think it's very important for us to realize that family is important as well. But see, one of the things that we have forgotten that if you look at the Latin culture and you look at uh, other things and true, something happened to the black family structure.
Mm.
Something came in to the black family structure and ripped out the heart of the black family structure, and that's the reason why you have majority of responsibility is lacking. Because where I come from, you don't leave your children, and you don't, if you got children, you take care of them, and you
Right.
don't leave them. Where I come from,
Mhm.
a man responsible, what you said about responsibility, a man responsible for taking care of his children. And I think we have forgotten that as as we begin to travel, we've forgotten that responsibility, and it ripped the soul out of the black family. And that's the reason why a lot of us now searching for that family, and that's the reason why they had an article in the um, uh, about black men going to South America looking for love. So I think the problem is we have forgotten who we are, and we got caught up in the spin zone. And I think we need to come back to who we are so we can get our minds together so we can become a better person if we go to another country to find the type of family we're looking for.
All right, that's great. Hey guys, I'm going to put a Gail at Night link in the description so you guys can subscribe to her channel. Excellent,
Okay.
excellent channel on especially when she talks about any issues that have to do with YouTube etiquette. She does so much behind the scenes for some of your favorite major YouTube contributors or content creators that you don't even know that she's there until you realize, hey, that's Gail at Night. And so at the end of the day, make sure that you guys, before you leave, there's 50 individuals here. There is no way in the world it should not at least be 49 new subscribers to her channel. At least 49 new subscribers, meaning that she's not subscribing to her own channel. So therefore 49. So it should be at least 49. if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet. So make sure that you guys take advantage of that. And I'm going to once again put that link in the description because, I'm just that dude. And so make sure you guys subscribe to that. Let's hear what you have to say, Greg, in closing remarks. What do you have to say in regards to this?
Um, it was very informative discussion, and before discussion, just with you, Andre. Um, I just wanted to bring up that you guys had told your background as far as family structure and stuff like that, but I just want to say that I grew up with both of my parents.
Uh-huh.
And they did the best for me that they could. I mean, I didn't want for anything. I was never hungry or anything. I mean, they're just really good examples for me. So I just say there is hope. I was just blessed to have that there from the beginning. So yeah, I mean, that's what people should strive for. That's what I strive for, to live the way they wanted me to live, and to be a good person. And I think that's people just have to find that good person inside them. It's really hard for some people, and then other people they just struggle with it. But I think everybody can do a little bit better for themselves and for other people. And just when they go overseas, they just have to have a closed mouth. And this is just an analogy: a closed mouth, open eyes, and open ears.
Mm-hmm.
A closed mouth, open eyes, and open ears. That you can go so far with just that. Of course, learning the language, but you know what I'm saying, though.
This is absolutely correct.
Thank you, Andre.
Absolutely correct.
And Andre, I put my name and my email into the chat.
I saw that, brother. I'm going to send you an email once we get done with the stream. I'll send you an email so we can exchange phone numbers.
All right.
All right, Gail, Miss Southern Belle.
My
Close us
closing
out.
my closing statement is if you want to find a good woman or a good man, first be that good woman or good man.
Amen.
And that means getting some therapy, getting rid of cutting off some people, family included, cleaning up your phone. Start there. So first be. That's it.
That's so true. That's so true. You see how my counselor did me. Go ahead and crack that phone open. I looked at him like he was crazy. I was like, you supposed to be on my side. And he's like, yeah,
I am on your side. I'm trying to help you out. Give me that phone.
I didn't realize it at the time. Don't crack that phone open for me. Ain't nobody around. Crack that phone open.
Just
and I'm like, well, what do you need with my phone? No hello, no dinner, no nothing.
No.
Was that the first time you started stuttering? Like, oh, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, it was. It was basically like, man, this is not a good counselor. What is he doing? But he knew exactly what to do. Oh, to do. He sat back. He looked like Santa Claus, right? He just sat back in his chair, and I was like, oh, I got a dude, cool. And man, that dude said, yeah, crack your cell phone open for me. I know you got it with you. Go crack that open for me. I'm like, well, what do you need with my cell phone? I'm going to crack that open. We need to talk about what's in your cell phone. Then we can talk about you. And everything that he was saying, then we finally made it around to talking about family and then the patterns of addictive behavior. And he was right. I've never been the type of guy that could just cheat with one woman. I didn't even realize that. I could never be the type of guy to just sleep with and some guys, they're and ladies, they are polygamous. I understand that part. Now, it was addictive patterns that were coming from the addictive patterns that my family had in many areas. And so I didn't realize what was going on. I'm looking like, man, that made sense, man. And so that's when I was able to guard myself from certain environments, certain things, certain people. Like, ooh, Dre, if you smash her, you know you're going to smash her cousins and her 3 sisters. So sit your ass down somewhere and just look at her and let her walk by, and you going about your business. So now I know I can just look at a female, enjoy her beauty, keep it pushing. And then at the end of the day, God has blessed me with the woman that I really want to have that holds all the qualities that I need and want anyway.
Mm.
I'm good. I'm good. But it took therapy to get to this point of being good.
Mm.
So thank you guys for being on this live stream. I appreciate you more than you realize. Thank you guys in the chat. Marv, I'm going to send you an email like I say, I already copy and pasted your information. I'm going to send you an email after this live stream. I appreciate you guys coming on board. In order for any of us to find a good person in any country, whether it be at home or whether it be in a foreign country, the first thing you have to do is stop lying to self, embrace the truth of self, and all of a sudden, the type of person that you really deserve will come your way. My name is Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I was about to say mostly money. Andre of Love Crossing Borders. And I appreciate you guys. You guys are going to see us again. Andre is going to be on her live stream, Andrea Wallace TV. Make sure you subscribe because she's doing her live stream again this Sunday at 7 o'clock.
I don't see her. I don't see her. Her information up there. I just see Gail at night.
You know what? All right, Pastor. Let me go ahead and put Andrea Wallace. You know what? You made a good point. Excellent point. Let me put Andrea up there. Miss Andrea Wallace TV, so guys can subscribe who haven't had a chance to subscribe. I'm talking as if everybody already has, and yet and still I'm talking at the same time as if everybody hasn't.
Well,
So
I am subscribed, and I have hit a couple of live streams.
You have. I noticed that. I have noticed that. And you know what's so cool? What I like about what Andrea brings to the table is this. Guys often hear from us that are from other countries about women in South America. You never hear from the South American woman's point of view that's in a stable relationship. Most of the women that you see on YouTube that are from South America that speak English are either single or have a boyfriend, but can't tell you what it's like to be married to an American, the ups and downs and ins and outs of dealing with our crazy American butts. You see what I'm saying? We act like as Americans, we don't drive people crazy with our cultural quorums. You know,
our one language people.
Right. When are you gonna learn Spanish? You know, that type of thing. So for individuals to hear what Andrea has to share, or a Colombian woman has to share, that's a professional. It's completely different. It's not like when guys throw these ladies on their cameras and you know that's a party girl, and he's interviewing a party girl. But a real ladylike, feminine, respectful representative of womanhood, and she's speaking in regards to, hey, no matter where we are, women expect the same respect from men, no matter where you're coming from. So don't think that you come into Colombia and you can just act the way you want to act to us women here, because you don't know how to act responsibly in your own country. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about Andrea's channel. You guys get a chance to hear it from the woman's side and not just from a bunch of us men all over YouTube talking about, come see these foreign women, look at this, look at that. You see
and
what I'm
let us
saying?
tell it over here. They think, oh, y'all, they just with y'all for y'all money. They are slaves. They poor. That's why that's what they say over here about guys who go out of the country.
If you see some of these cars that these women are driving,
I have no idea. Y'all haven't left y'all state. How would you know?
This is true, Gail. This is true.
So you live in Colombia too?
Who, me?
Yes.
No, I live in the U.S.
Okay.
All right. And so, all right, guys, we're going to close out. If everybody has made their statements, I think I'll let everybody make their statements.
Yeah.
All right. I will be seeing you guys this Sunday with Love Crossing Borders as well as you guys seeing Andrea Wallace TV. Appreciate you guys. Nothing but love for you all. And I'm out of here. I'm about to go
Right,
see
good
what
night,
the missus is
morning.
up
Good
to.
night.
Good night.
And I'm proud of myself. I only took 2 drinks.
All right.
Good job.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good night, guys. You have a good one.
You
We're
too.
out of here.
Don't forget that. Send that to me now.
I am. I actually have everything pulled up for you.